Gorgeous fall Saturday on the Hill in Bowling Green, Kentucky. College football week 12 and a Conference USA showdown. The Western Kentucky Hilltoppers 1 win shy of becoming bowl eligible as they host the Bearcats of Sam Houston, who are looking for a third consecutive win. Good afternoon, everybody, along with former NFL wide receiver Terry Obie. It's Jeff M. here with you. And Terry, this sets up as a really interesting matchup today. The Hilltoppers eliminated with their loss last week from conference title game aspirations, but still with 2 games left, needing 1 more to get bowl eligible. And they face a Sam Houston team in its first year at the FBS level that has won 2 games in a row and really is a team that just does not go away. What kind of matchup sets up today?
Absolutely. You're going to be in a really good game. I mean, you're definitely going to be in a dogfight tonight because both teams have something to gain. They're similar in what they do. You know, WKU is setting themselves up for a bowl game. You win this game, it's really important to set them up for later. But to get a guarantee, you got to make sure you have 7 wins. And then on Sam Houston State side, now you're starting to get more players back. I mean, they got a lot of athletes. You got a lot devastated with injuries throughout the entire season, even earlier. But now they're coming back. But the thing to look at tonight is going to be on the offensive side of the ball is those wide receivers on both sides. Malachi Corley, 5'11", 210. And then you got Noah Smith from Sam Houston State, 5'10", and 190. Noah Smith is more of a shifty receiver, a total slot type of guy, but he's more quick than fast. He makes people miss in space, so keep your eyes on him. And then Malachi Corley is going to play on Sunday. He's one of those guys can take the top off. He makes a difference in what he does. He catches the football in his hands, and he's electric.
And Corley, a guy who was going to be a big player for Western coming into the year, his role has even increased as they've had some wide receiver injuries. Sam Houston, as you mentioned, has had to deal with that same thing. So those are the guys right now in the passing game for these 2 offenses. We've got a 58-degree day here in Kentucky. Perfect conditions. Western Kentucky wearing the black. Sam Houston on the road in white as we will get underway. The Bearcats won the toss, elected to defer. And some running room for the Hilltoppers off of the opening kickoff, and they'll get it out past the 30-yard line as Easton Messer gets his team some pretty good field position to start them. And Austin Reed, the Florida native and redshirt senior, will lead the Hilltoppers out onto the field offensively. He's one of their several seniors on this senior day, one of the top passers in the country. He's thrown for over 2,600 yards, which is top 25 in the country. He's got 24 touchdowns. That is top 10 in the nation, and he will open up in the familiar spot out of the shotgun with Elijah Young coming off a big game last week, set up on his left hip. And Reed will throw and look deep on the first play from scrimmage, and it's caught into Bearcats territory at the 30-yard line. A sliding grab, Malachi Corley, fittingly, Terry, from our opening conversation, says hello.
Yeah, Malachi Corley. You know what? We call him Malachi because he's the prophet. The ball gets in the air, he make things happen. First play, get it going. Reed started this offense. We call it the Little Reed Corvette. He's fast tempo he's going now.
He'll throw it again, quickly out to Dalvin Smith, junior out of Glasgow, Kentucky. He had a couple of catches last year and a rush. He will get the ball every now and then out of the backfield, a guy who was injured earlier in the year. So 2 plays, 2 passes, 2 completions for Austin Reed and company as the Hilltoppers are already inside the 30-yard line of the Bearcats. 2nd down and 8. Messer in motion. Reed out again to Dalvin Smith, a little bit behind the receiver who with good hands made the catch, falling down at the 25-yard line. And the tackle for the Bearcats by DeCarrick Hobbs, 3rd down and short.
Yeah, that was all Dalvin Smith on that play. Catching the ball behind him. Reed got to get that ball in front so he can get yardage, yak after the catch. If he gets that ball in his hands, he could probably split the sideline and get upfield. But this is a situation right now in this Little Reed Corvette. Look for the middle receiver because right now, Sam Houston State is playing a little low, and this is the opportunity. When in the red zones, he likes to look deeper in this situation.
3rd down and 4, Corley in motion. Reed handles a low snap. He's in trouble, gets it out, and it was Intercepted by Sam Houston. On a 3rd and short, Reed on the rollout, and he got picked by Caleb Weaver, and the Bearcats come up with a big takeaway.
Yes, Caleb Wheeler, great play down there because he set Reed up on that particular play. They was playing cover 2, but he stayed in the situation knowing that was a typical Reed outside, and he was make sure he was in a great position, and he turned into a wide receiver attacking that football, making that play.
Weaver comes up with his first pick of the year. Houston native playing for Sam Houston. And off of the turnover, it is now Keegan Shoemaker's turn. Texas native and a senior for this Sam Houston offense. And he's been throwing a lot lately. 18 completions last week, but he's had 30-plus completions in 3 of his last 5 games. He will hand it off on their first play, and there's not much there, maybe a yard for John Gentry. Part of a running game that's really been a depleted group over the course of the year for the Bearcats. Their first year at FBS, they've had all kinds of injuries, and really at all levels of their roster, and maybe none more so than at running back. Gentry did not play last week. Adrian Murdaugh led the way. Zach Herbachik was limited this week and has the potential to play today. So they've got a few different guys whose name will get called out of the backfield, but Gentry is their guy when healthy, and he's back in there today.
Yeah, they're going to try to put it in number 6 hands, as much as possible. But great penetration by WKU, destroying them in the A and the B gaps. That's between the center and the guard. What a great play.
And that was Deontay McCray who got that penetration on the Shoemaker keeper. And there was just nowhere to go. Kenyante Davis also part of the stop for the Hilltoppers, and now it sets up a 3rd down and 10 on this first possession of the day for Sam Houston. No score, 3 minutes in here at Western Kentucky.
And this is where Coach Summers like to bring a lot of pressure.
Shoemaker gets flushed out, and he will throw on the run, and it's out of bounds. So after the Hilltoppers turn it over, they come up with a defensive stop, and they're going to force the Bearcats deep in their own territory to punt it away. And we'll see Jaden Cardell come out. He's the punter for Sam Houston.
Yeah, great call on there by Coach Summers, though. The defense for WKU was they called the proud defense. They looked like they were in man-to-man, but they dropped in the zone. Cover 4, meaning 4 high safeties. They split the defense in 4 different, like you have a pie, a quarter.
KD Hutchinson back around midfield for the Toppers, waiting for the punt. He'll back up a little bit, grab it inside his 40-yard line, and now trying to make some moves back toward the sideline, and not much of a return. Good contained there by the Bearcats special teams, and now it's Hilltoppers ball for the 2nd time today. Both teams have had it once. It'll be Austin Reed and company on the Hilltoppers Senior Day, coming back out when we return to Houchin Smith Stadium here on the Hill. Hilltoppers ball as we are back underway here in the first quarter as Tyson Helton looks on for Western Kentucky. 5th year here on the Hill, and they've been to 4 bowl games in 4 years as they try to make it 5 straight with a win today, which would then avoid a must-win as they wrap up the regular season next Saturday at FIU. Bowl eligible with a win today, and they'll call on Elijah Young here on first down. He'll get 2 yards to the 43-yard line of the Hilltoppers. And the head coach for Sam Houston, K.C. Keeler, his 10th season with the Bearcats, 30th overall, a terrific run at Delaware for many years. He's been a national championship winning coach at the FCS level, including in 2020 with Sam Houston. Again, they're in their first year in Conference USA and first year at the FBS level. Second down and 8. Reed will flip to Corley on the end around, and Corley across midfield, close to a first down. He's going to be about a little bit less than a yard short. They're trying to get the ball in Corley's hands any way they can.
Yeah, they try to get the ball in his hands as much as possible because he's really a wide receiver that plays running back. He took that play and made things happen. He's really built lower half, and he can make things happen. When they get him the ball in his hand, he could easily go to the house at any time. So this formation, too, when they double-double, most likely he's trying to look for the opportunity where the safety makes some mistakes and he try to get the ball deep.
Reed will hand it off, and right up the gut, Elijah Young's got the first down. Well, he's a guy who's really come on here late in the year. He goes back with Tyson Helton a long way. Elijah Young, 3 years at Mizzou, but he's from Knoxville, Tennessee, and Tyson Helton used to coach at Tennessee, and so he's known Elijah Young for a long time, and now they're here together on the hill. And Young, 14 carries for 83 yards rushing last week. Also broke a long touchdown on a reception.
Yeah, he's Elijah Young is waking up. He's starting to get old now. He's getting a lot of experience, but now he's going to get that ball up in the air, get a touchdown.
Reed looking, and he finds a receiver inside the 5 and into the end zone for a touchdown. It's Dalvin Smith. After his defender fell down, Smith was wide open, and the Hilltoppers take a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, the Hilltoppers, Coach Helton, they know how to put pressure on the defense. We call that 4 verticals. When you put 4 wide receivers out there against a safety, he's got to make a decision. He put him in a vicarious position, and then when you have a defensive back fall down, that is all she wrote. But Dalvin Smith is one of those players that can make things happen. Coach Helton talked about it earlier. In the summer, they was on a diving board. He's so athletic, he was the one that won the diving contest with a triple jump or something, or a split.
Lucas Carnero is on for the point after. He's 33 out of 33 in this department this year. Looking for the point after. The special teams, a little bit of an issue last week for the Hilltoppers. This one is through. The hold there was being provided by Willie Taggart. Sometimes in the case of last week, Corey Munson was working as the holder because their punter and holder, Tom Ellard, is out. So they missed a couple of field goals last week. Special teams an issue, but not here. And Austin Reed connects with Dalvin Smith, and it's 7-0 Hilltoppers. 7-0 Hilltoppers in the first quarter here at Western Kentucky. Jeff M., Terry Obie, and our great ESPN Plus crew back with you. Terry, Austin Reed can fire a lot of touchdowns, and for a pass-first offense, he gets terrific protection, and that's part of what set up this touchdown to Dalvin Smith.
Yeah, great protection up front, and at the same time, what was really good, you have 4 vertical, meaning 4 receivers going, and it put the safety in a bad situation. And then you start really with fast tempo. They call that the Little Reed Corvette, and it's hard to make a decision. If you make a mistake, there's touchdowns to Dalvin Smith.
And a touchback for the Bearcats now on the kickoff. And 1st and 10 coming up now for Sam Houston. Both teams had their initial possession that didn't last long, and then Hilltoppers get it back. And it was a touchdown pass to Dalvin Smith of 45 yards from Austin Reed. And for Dalvin Smith, his 3rd reception for a touchdown this year. He was out earlier in the season, and a guy who's come back and come on strong late in the year for the Hilltoppers. So Keegan Shoemaker now, 2nd time of the day. And with John Gentry in the backfield. Shoemaker on a screen, and it's in and out of the hands of Gentry. And there might have been some running room had he been able to corral that. 2nd down and 10 now coming up.
Yes, what a great double fake. I mean, that was a perfect screen, but he's got to make sure he catch that ball and use his hands because there was no really one on the sideline. He had at least 10 yards before the defender was there.
Sam Houston coming off their first ever Conference USA win last week. They won at Louisiana Tech, 42-27. They put up 28 points in the second half last week in their first FBS win since 2011, as they are now in their first year full-time at the FBS level. They'll get a couple of yards here on 2nd down and 10 on the 3rd down and long now coming up after they got it into the hands of Noah Smith.
Yeah, they finally get the ball in the hands of Noah Smith because he's one of their playmakers. He's like the Malachi Corley of their team.
Shoemaker in trouble, and he will get stood up. And it sounds like there was a whistle prior to the snap.
Yes, it seemed like it's on Sam Houston State. Or timeout.
Ron Hudson, our referee today. So they got the timeout call right before what would have been a sack. And so they still have a shot here on an upcoming third down. It's interesting talking with K.C. Keeler the other day, Terry, about all that Sam Houston has been through in the last couple of years and what it means for recruiting and what it meant last year. They redshirted some guys who they expected this year to be key players because they knew this year was coming to FBS. Like they've been gearing up for this season and the years to come for a while now, and they're going to have a dynamic group coming back next year as they finish strong this year.
Definitely. What was really interesting, he said he has just ran with injuries, 5 linebackers out. So it's a process. Recruiting is going to take your time, especially for the offensive line. And the interior offensive and defensive line is going to take you some time, but they're definitely on their way. They, fertile soil down there at Sam Houston State. So there's a lot of kids that he can recruit in that area.
A couple of NFL prospect level talents that are out due to injury for this Bearcats team. 3rd down and 8 from their own 27. Shoemaker with time over the middle and in and out of the hands of his intended target, Alvante Woodard. There was a wave of Hilltoppers waiting to make a stop, and he caught it. 4th down now coming up for Sam Houston.
Yeah, Shoemaker has got to make sure he step up in the pocket because he had enough time to zip that ball in there. He kind of rushed it a little bit, but give him an opportunity. He's been really pretty consistent. Coach talked about it earlier. Doing our interview this week, is that last year he was struggling a little bit, but this year he's having a really good come-out year.
Cardell the punt. Hutchinson waiting again. Backs up. It's off his hand. He's got to corral it now. The ball is loose, and Hutchinson goes all the way back to his own 10-yard line to prevent it from becoming a full-on disaster. He touched that ball initially, so it was a live ball that he had to go recover.
Yeah, you never do that. The main thing is, as a punt returner, you got to make sure you get deeper than that. You got to run to the ball and never put one hand up to go get the football. So that was a situation that WKU escaped from, because that's definitely a turnover, because it bounced back to you. Normally that doesn't happen.
And it amounts to about 20 yards worth of field position. But out of the other potential outcomes, it could have been a lot worse there for Western Kentucky. In their first 2 drives, they've already totaled 100 yards of offense, and they average close to 400 yards of offense per game. They score close to 30 points per game, and with a quarterback like Austin Reed, they can put up points in a hurry. And Sam Houston with just 3 yards of total offense here so far. This becomes a very big defensive opportunity if you're Sam Houston. See if the Hilltoppers on their side can create a little breathing room here deep in their own territory. Marked at their own 6. Reed from his own goal line gets the pass out. Craig Burt Jr. stood up and taken out of bounds. Part of the stop, Caleb Weaver for the Bearcats. Craig Burt Jr., another guy on his senior day, coming off a touchdown last week. Columbus, Ohio native, gets his first catch of the day.
Yeah, great job by Burt on that. Just a regular out. Great call by Coach Helton, the coaching staff on the offensive side. You backed up, just want a quick out just to get some room, just to get 5 yards and protection, half roll.
Reed will give it off to Davian Irvin Poindexter on his first carry of the day. Marquise Stepp and Davian Irvin Poindexter, sort of the backups and changes of pace to Elijah Young. That trio is mostly who's going to get the ball out of the backfield for Western Kentucky. One thing to note is at the tight end position for the Hilltoppers, River Helms is out today, and he's normally their lead tight end. Trevor Borland, who's known for blocking, is their tight end leading the way in that department today. They need a yard, they'll get it, and then some for Elijah Young, who resets the downs here for the Hilltoppers. 3rd down and short. And Elijah Young will move the chains.
Yeah, Elijah Young, great patience at the line of scrimmage, and the offensive line making sure they pull. That's outside zone. They covered their guy. Just all you need is a little space. Just touch him a little bit. And Elijah Young, great hands, great feet to bounce outside.
Noah Myers, another tight end, backing up the normal tight end Helms, and it was Myers helping lead the charge there for Young. Now on first down, that one going to the tight end Borland. So both guys trying to fill in for Helms have been involved on these last couple of plays. Borland the intended target there, and Myers doing some blocking on the previous play without River Helms in the lineup today.
The problem with Borland, you threw his arms up too early. You got to run through the football. If he keeps running, he slows his momentum down by putting his hands out. What a good pass if he runs through the football.
Second down and 10. Marquise Stepp is in the backfield with Austin Reed. Corley in motion, and Stepp will get a try and get a couple of yards out to the 25-yard line. So 3 yards there, third down and 7 now coming up for Western Kentucky.
Yeah, player Trevor Williams, number 1 for Sam Houston State, is the linebacker that you have to look for. So dynamic, he makes things happen. What a great play coming up there, filling in the A gap between the center and the guard. He makes sure he penetrates, but he's their best player on their defensive side of the ball. Number 1, Trevor Williams.
Yeah, Tyson Helton, head coach for Western Kentucky, called Williams a special player, trying to scout this defense that his offense would face today. Third down and 7. Reed, all kinds of time, fires back the other way, and there is Corley for a first down reception. Malachi Corley to the 36-yard line, and Western Kentucky will move the chains again.
Yeah, they call him Corley for surely. And now when you go rapid fire to get that ball in the air quick.
And they'll go Dalvin Smith, who gets out to the 40-yard line. So there's just no room for a breath if you're Sam Houston there in between plays.
No at all. I mean, they got to get lined up very quickly because they're trying to get the tempo as fast as possible. Coach Helton talked about that. They need to speed up the tempo a little bit more and take more shots down the field. And Sam Houston State has to make sure they substitute the defensive linemen because they're going to be gassed at the end of the game. And here he go again. He's going to try to put more pressure, continue to put the pace on him and get the ball in the air. And with the safeties, 2 high safeties, you got to continue to run now.
Young right up the middle, gets 4 yards. And it'll bring up a third down and 2 here with 5 minutes to go in the first half. 7-0 Western Kentucky. A win for the Toppers today, and they are bowl eligible. Sam Houston looking for a 3rd consecutive win here late this season.
Yeah, Jeff, I mean, like if you look at it tonight, now you have 1 high safeties, now you can throw the football. But before, when you put 2, it's hard to really to throw the football.
Young trying to find a sliver, and he is taken down in the backfield. Kavian Gaither came in, the reigning Conference USA Defensive Player of the Week. 12 tackles last week, had a pick 6 in their win against Louisiana Tech, and Gaither made it happen there.
Yeah, Gaither, really great eyes. I mean, making sure he kept the right pursuit and make sure he didn't look in the backfield. Great pursuit and kept everybody inside of him. What a great play.
So Corey Munson filling in for Tom Ellard as the Hilltoppers punter today. From the shade, punting into the sunshine. And the Bearcats are going to let this bounce, and it's inside the 5-yard line. Iman Allen wanted no part of that punt return, and it gets down inside the 5. Good special teams by the Hilltoppers. We've seen both teams today get pinned back. And it's Sam Houston ball when we return. 7-0 Hilltoppers. The Western Kentucky special teams unit pinning Sam Houston inside their own 5-yard line. No Tom Ellard today, no problem. Corey Munson with a terrific punt, Terry, and his team was ready to down it.
Yes, Munson, what a great punt. That looked like that 9-iron, a pitching wedge down there. It had a little spin on the back. It went from the 2-yard line and had a little spin back with the 9-iron or the pitching wedge.
I'm not able to do that. I'll take your word for it. Easton Messer was the one who downed it for the Hilltoppers. So standing in their own end zone now out of the shotgun, Shoemaker hands it off as the Bearcats just try to get a little bit of breathing room here. Down 7-0 and just a couple of yards of total offense so far for Sam Houston. John Gentry on that carry picked up a couple.
Yeah, they need to get the ball into Noah Smith's hands more. And Shoemaker, all he just needs to be a little bit patient and make things happen. If he can see that, he can make things happen down the field. But they haven't really tried to go down deep yet.
Simeon Evans in motion. And they'll hand it off and go right back up the middle and get a few more yards out to the 10-yard line. So a third down and short now for the Bearcats, who really need a conversion here.
Yeah, they've really been right now. The offense right now is really conservative right now. Usually they open it up a little bit, but when the field position puts you in those positions where you can be a little conservative and earlier.
Noah Smith in the slot on the right side. They've got Malik Phillips at the top of your screen. 3rd and 2. Hilltoppers showing blitz. Shoemaker under pressure, and it's in and out of the hands of Woodard. Alvante Woodard could not hold on to it, and again, the Bearcats are going to have to punt this away deep in their own territory.
Yeah, Shoemaker, what a great pass. I mean, he hit him right in the numbers. He's got to make that play for his quarterback and down that situation. You call that the slant route. He got inside the defensive back, and you have to make that play to keep drives going. If you don't sustain the drive, and you get the ball back in WKU hands.
So Hutchinson again will be back right around midfield. Remember, he botched a return opportunity on the last one. The punt by Cardell into the hands of Hutchinson and already into Bearcats territory and ushered out of bounds.
And you notice that Hutchinson was further back. The special team coaches wanted to make sure that he doesn't backpedal, because you cannot backpedal for a football like he did before because it caused a fumble. He was back a little and run up on the football, and that made a big difference.
So the Hilltoppers get it back, and they've got terrific field position for Austin Reed, who's already thrown for 118 yards and a touchdown here today. Late first quarter, he connected with Dalvin Smith earlier in the period, and that's the difference here in this ball game. First time in a while these two teams have met, but not the first time ever. They did meet long ago in 2004, and now fellow Conference USA foes with Sam Houston at the FBS level. Reed steps up, looking for a deep ball, and it's over the head of Craig Burt Jr., trying to find some open space and another deep shot, which is something the Hilltoppers thought they'd be able to take advantage of today.
Yeah, and you know what? In that situation, too, he knew that coming out. Percentages-wise, 70% of the time, when Coach Helton is getting the ball in that situation, we're on a 40-yard line, he's like to take a deep shot. And Reed just missed him over the middle of the crossing route.
From the 41 of the Bearcats, Elijah Young switches sides to the right of Reed. Irvin Poindexter in the backfield. He'll get the carry, and he is wrapped up for a loss. Seth Mason on the stop for Sam Houston. So Davion Irvin Poindexter with nowhere to go, and now a long third down coming up for Western Kentucky as Young will come back in.
What a great play by the defensive lineman on that, getting between two double teams and making that play. He was a two-gapper, meaning he was responsible for two people, destroyed him at the line of scrimmage, and made a tackle on that play.
Third down at 12 with under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Bearcats need a stop. Reed back to throw, steps up, fires, and near the sideline, Caleb Weaver. Did he pick it off? He did, it looks like. He got a foot down just in time, and Weaver on the interception as Reed is picked off for the second time today. It was Isaiah Downs earlier, and this time Weaver with the footwork on the pick.
Yeah, I don't know what he was looking at on that. Weaver was all over that and saw that play going deep over top. He was over top of both balls and knew exactly what great feet, great hands, catching that ball and getting inside. Great. I'm surprised they're not reviewing it, but I think he got both feet in. Great play on that execution.
Again, this is a Western Kentucky team that throws it a lot. Reed, prolific numbers.
Further review.
And only 7 interceptions on the year coming into today, and he's been picked twice now by an opportunistic Sam Houston defense that we said needed a stop, and they got it. And now with 93 seconds to go in the first quarter, pending the review here, it'll be Sam Houston ball. Watching it, naked eye and replay, it looked like Weaver dragged the foot, but they want to see, I would imagine, Terry, did he have the ball fully in possession when he dragged that foot?
Yeah, I mean, I noticed that too. Looking at it earlier, was real close, but he came a wide receiver on that play. Great feet, though. A defensive back catching the ball and dragging his feet in. I think he's in there with that interception. From the sideline, from those views, he's definitely there. He got his foot down.
This is a Sam Houston defense that had a couple of takeaways last week late in the game in their win against Louisiana Tech. In fact, if this interception stands, they would have a pick on 4 of their last 6 defensive possessions when you go back to the end of last week and the opening quarter here today. The replay official is Todd Roth as we wait for the outcome of this potential pick. If it's not an interception, it's going to get punted away by Western Kentucky. Remember, that was a 3rd down play.
So either way, it just is more of a stat, but it's really close. It's taking so much time. So it depends on when he got his foot in and when he had control of the football. Now they're taking their time doing it. If we go back and forth, he's really close. When does he catch it and when does he keep his feet? Close. It's really close.
All right, that's a great angle right there. Good work by our crew. Look at this spot. Right as he gets the ball, Terry, about
there.
Now.
I think he drags it.
Yeah, the left. I think the left foot was still dragging.
Yes, but it depends on what the front foot was doing.
Yeah, if the front foot had already been out of bounds.
Yes. So when it's this close, though, I mean, if you can't make a decision, they got to go with the call that's on the field. Probably.
Yes. Yeah. Remember, it was called an interception. It was a 3rd down pass. So very likely that no matter what, a good outcome comes here for Sam Houston. Let's see. They're gonna hold the call. The call will stand, and it is an interception by Caleb Weaver, the Houston native. So the 2nd interception of the day for the Hilltoppers and Austin Reed, and a big takeaway for the Bearcats.
First down, Sam Houston.
Can they get something going offensively now? They've got a total of 10 yards of offense so far today.
Yeah, what's keeping them in this game is the turnovers, though. I mean, Shoemaker's got to take advantage of this situation now. Turning the ball over, WKU's been driving the ball down, but when you have 2 interceptions, that can be costly at the end of this football game.
So from their own 10, after the Weaver interception, Shoemaker will hand it off. And this is Adrian Murdaugh trying to bounce it outside, and a flag comes in. There was nowhere to go for Murdaugh. Talik Allen came flying in from the secondary to make the stop. We'll get to check the penalty here.
Holding. Number 57, offense. Penalties enforced half the distance from the previous spot. Remains first down.
That's the Sam Houston center, Ethan Hagler, on the hold. Redshirt junior.
Yeah, what a great read by Talik Allen coming up the force. Outside zone, he had contained. He put a hat on him. I mean, what a great play and not getting beat. So very excited about making that play out there. When we call the safeties those skinny guys, but he didn't look skinny on that one. He looked very powerful on that play.
And Allen's one of their leading tacklers, which tells you a lot about the kid. If he's playing in the secondary and one of the team's leading tacklers, that's pretty telling.
Yeah, that's telling of a guy like that. He's making plays. But also it could tell you, too, is that are they getting to the secondary? That's not really good either if he continue to lead the team in tackles.
So it's 1st and 15. The clock running, under 90 seconds to go first quarter. Bearcats have been pinned back a couple of times. That's Malik Phillips who came in motion.
And this is where Coach Summers like to bring that blitz, though, with all these NCAAs, bring as many people as possible in this situation.
Shoemaker rolling out from his own end zone, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to connect with Jax Sherrard. We talked about some similarities between these two teams coming in, even though the records are very different. Injuries at certain positions are a commonality. Western Kentucky without tight end River Helms today, and Sam Houston without tight end Elijah Sohn. So Jax Sherrard is their lead tight end, and he was the intended target there. 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, 2nd down and 15. They looked at Coach Summers, though, and they looking on the sideline. Here we come, that safety blitz.
They'll run up the middle with Gentry. Not much there. Gets a couple back of what they need to get to the original line of scrimmage. And this is going to be a 3rd and about 12 or 13 now.
Yeah, they need to make sure they get the ball into their best receiver's hand and to making sure he makes some. Noah Smith, so he's one-on-one right now. It'd be interesting to see what they're going to do to get the ball in Noah Smith's hands.
Shoemaker finds a target, and it's a 1st down. Noah Smith, their lead receiver. They needed a big play. They go to their number 1 target, and Shoemaker to Smith move the chains for the Bearcats.
Yeah, good patience by Shoemaker. And then Noah Smith was a side adjust, meaning blitz adjust, and saw the corner coming. He just turned around and looked for the football earlier.
They call him one of their Swiss Army knife players, a difference maker. Noah Smith, the Houston native, on a big reception. They picked up 14 yards.
Yeah, they're going to try to keep him in the game.
Shoemaker deep down the middle, and he overshoots his man.
You know, both quarterbacks just don't seem like they're stepping up in the pocket and reading very well. Both defenses are kind of tricking the quarterbacks right now. So whoever makes the least mistakes is going to win this football game.
Lonnie Atkinson, the intended target there. Not a bad time to take a shot, though. 1st and 10. You like that play call there, Terry?
I mean, love it. I mean, Shoemaker's been really conservative earlier, and I would continue to do that because WKU is very aggressive. So they're going to have to beat somebody. Now you man-to-man. You see them going in motion, so there's an opportunity.
And they've got some running room here. This is John Gentry down the sideline. Nice cutback, and he gets tripped up near midfield. Jaden Loving got him down for Western Kentucky as Gentry has the Bearcats on the move on a well-executed screen play. Shoemaker to Gentry with a lot of room in front of him.
Yeah, what a great call, especially into the teeth of the blitz. They ran the screen into the teeth of the blitz. Great play.
7-0 Western Kentucky after 1 here in Bowling Green. John Gentry and Sam Houston are on the move, trailing Western Kentucky here on the road 7-0. Bearcats had only 58 yards of total offense in that first quarter, but 31 of it came on this catch and run by Gentry, and Sam Houston enjoying its best drive of the day so far, and now they've got a 1st down and 10 right near midfield. They're going reverse, and Noah Smith showing ideas of throwing it. Now will run and go out of bounds at the 42-yard line of Western Kentucky. And Terry, this is the best the Bearcats have looked all day.
Yeah, they're looking really good now. Look, a little play here, a little razzle-dazzle or trickeration. They tried to get the ball in Noah Smith's hands. He was looking to pass the ball, but great job when the receivers are covered downfield to hold the ball and not throw it.
Keegan Shoemaker on the play fake. In trouble. He will fire downfield. It's caught and inside the 5 and into the end zone. A touchdown, Noah Smith. No flags and a 43-yard connection on the rollout by Shoemaker. Now a flag comes in. For now, it's 7-6, and the Bearcats are on the board.
Yeah, good play that was all made by Shoemaker. Noah Smith was wide open, but what happened, that was a continue from the plays. But there's a penalty down. I don't know what's going on, if they're taking it back or whatever, but great play, good ad-lib by the
result of the play is a touchdown. During the play, personal foul, roughing the passer, number 59, defense. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. We will try the down.
So it's a roughing the passer penalty that will be enforced on the kickoff. And so the touchdown will stand. Shoemaker to Smith. And now the point after attempt by Colby Sessoms. He had a walk-off field goal a couple of weeks ago in their first win of the year. That was against Kennesaw State. There you see Smith enjoying the breather after the touchdown catch.
Yeah, Noah Smith is one of their playmakers. I mean, we talked about that. You got to get the ball in his hands as much as possible because he make things happen.
Now to tie it, and a low kick, and it is no good. We'll have to see if a Hilltopper got a hand on that. It's going to stay Western Kentucky up by a point. So about 30 seconds into the second quarter, Sam Houston is on the board. They are unable to tie it, but it was this connection to Noah Smith, his 6th touchdown catch of the year, and we got a 1-point game. A 1-point ball game now here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Western Kentucky on top of Sam Houston, 7-6. There's Noah Smith, fresh off his longest touchdown reception of the year and the second longest in his career. A 7-play, 90-yard drive, only took a couple of minutes. The missed point after attempt was the first of the year by Colby Sessoms. He was 23 out of 23. So a 1-point ball game now as Sam Houston gets on the board. Shoemaker, the touchdown pass, his 15th of the year. And Noah Smith is now just 37 receiving yards away from 1,000 receiving and 1,000 rushing in his career. He'll be the second guy in Sam Houston history to reach that plateau. And he's on his way now. This will be a touchback for Western Kentucky. But big plays. Both teams, Terry, thought there might be some big play opportunity for their offenses to take some shots today. We've seen it play out that way already.
Yeah, you better believe it. And I mean, and we saw it, the playmakers that we talked about. Number 6, Noah Smith, shifty, but he's a playmaker. And also, Malachi Corley. Those are the guys that's going to make plays for you. They've been doing that the entire game. And it's interesting to see what's going to happen. Is as we look at this game, it's all about who makes the least amount of turnovers, because they both can score, and they both can score really well. But it's to see what's going to happen and how they're going to come out and play.
Reed on first down, quickly out to Corley. We talk about the 1,000 receiving, 1,000 rushing yard approach for Noah Smith. Well, Malachi Corley, one of the all-time great receivers at Western Kentucky, entered the day 15 catches away from becoming the career leader in Western Kentucky receptions. 239 on the year, 253 the current record, and Corley now already has 4 catches today.
Yeah, they're going to try to get the ball in his hands, too, because he can make things happen every time he gets a chance.
Second down and 8, Reed. Right over the middle, there's Corley, and daylight ahead of him across the 40-yard line. Lowers the shoulder into DeCarrick Hobbs, and a first down for Western Kentucky out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, I love that. Malachi Corley uses his hands, but the thing about him at the end of it, he lowers his shoulders and lay the boom. Then here you go, Reed, get the ball up deep.
Deep shot, Corley in and out of his hands, and they went right back at Hobbs, and now a flag comes in. Corley a little bit slow to get up, and his hands are on his helmet. And they're going to come check on him. Now he is about to get up with the help of Craig Burt Jr.
Defense.
Yeah, he landed directly on his head as a receiver when you don't have your hands in it, because he got pulled down by the defensive back. If you look at it, the pass interference, you get the ball up in the air, but what happens, he's get grabbed early, and he had direct contact on his helmet on the turf, and that doesn't feel good at all.
So fresh set of downs for Western Kentucky and into Bearcats territory, but now they are concerned about their standout Malachi Corley.
Yeah, he's a little wobbly. Yeah, you can tell, though. He went directly on his head. It's just hope now he's got to go into like this concussion protocol to make sure he's able to come back. But they need him. They need him desperately to come back and play.
Native of nearby Campbellsville, Kentucky. So without Corley, first down and 10 from the 41 of Sam Houston. Reed. And the ball loose. It's picked up by Sam Houston. The Hilltoppers tried to play a trick. They coughed it up, and the Bearcats with another takeaway. That's the third time today the Hilltoppers have turned it over.
Yeah, those turnovers. I mean, you're driving the ball and you're doing well, but you can't make mistakes like that. I mean, you pitched the ball and they were out of phase. What we call it in phase. Reed got to make sure he looks. He forgot to see what's going on where the running back was going on that reverse. So what a costly mistake. If you see Reed he looks away, looking at the defensive end instead of looking at the Dalvin
Sam
Smith.
Houston takes over first and 10 at its own.
And it got picked up by Iman Allen. And Bearcats ball. Now they're thinking about the lead.
Yeah, the Bearcats, this is what we call second change, a sudden change. Soon as you get a turnover, they're going to try to look to score quick.
Shoemaker. Running room to the 40 and inside the 35-yard line. He goes out at the 34. So a 14-yard pickup for Shoemaker. Kept the eyes up, saw some daylight, and moves the chains.
Very athletic play here with Shoemaker, getting outside. When you miscontain, because there's nobody covering the quarterback, and then he scrambled out. That was a great job, not even trying to get the ball in the air. Just take what you can get.
Murdaugh in the backfield. He'll get it. Near the 30, stood up at the 32. So a 2-yard gain for Adrian Murdaugh, the sophomore, part of a revolving door at times at running back for Sam Houston. The Bearcats with 3 takeaways today. They've got 7 now in their last 2 games. They only had 8 in their first 9 games of the year.
Yeah, this is really unusual, even for WKU offense. That's a lot of turnovers. And then for Sam Houston State to get turnovers, that is really good for them because they don't normally get that.
Murdaugh stood up, taken down maybe a yard. Stout defense up front for the Hilltoppers. Deontay McCray was all over it.
Now they're trying to go tempo.
And they're going to have to stop for an injured Hilltopper. Kendrick Simpson is down. And that's a big part of this Western defense. He leads them in sacks and tackles for loss. Hilltoppers get a lot done from their secondary. When you look at the stat sheet, we mentioned Talik Allen. Simpkins, a big part of the defense, guys who can come up aggressively and try to make some stops. They're going to take Simpkins off. We'll take a timeout. 7-6, Western Kentucky with the lead. K.C. Keeler and Sam Houston on the move in Western Kentucky territory. A big 3rd down and 7 from the Hilltoppers 31. Keegan Shoemaker will roll it out. He's thrown a touchdown in a situation like this already once today. Goes to the end zone and just a little bit up high. Jumping attempt there in the end zone. It's incomplete. Good coverage there by Western Kentucky, and now a 4th down and a decision here for the Bearcats.
Yeah, Keeler got lucky on that one. You just don't throw that one in the air, throwing it up for grabs. It almost was an interception, but it's good that but it ended up penalty. It seemed like it was a penalty on WKU.
Yeah, they're going to call a holding against Anthony Johnson. It was Malik Phillips, the intended target, and this is going to be a new set of downs here for Western Kentucky.
Yeah, so far there's been a lot of mistakes, though. When like we said earlier, I mean, if you did the more turnovers, that makes a huge difference in a game like this. And when you turn, you can't give the ball over to anybody. When you do that, you make mistakes. But Coach Summers is going to dial something up. He's got the defensively got to do something with WKU because Shoemaker just got to make sure you protect the football.
Shoemaker will keep it over the middle to the end zone, and it's incomplete. And that time, Western Kentucky's Talik Allen jumped up and got a hand on that ball. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, they were trying to get it into their playmaker's hands. Noah Smith, Talik saved a touchdown because he was inside of the corner on that one. Great play, great move, outside fake, inside move. Great job by Noah Smith.
1-point game, Bearcats from the 21 on 2nd down and 10. They're going to bunch up the right side. Gentry's in the backfield. And Shoemaker fires. That pass caught and falling across the line to gain. Alvante Woodard right around that 11-yard line. Are they going to give him the 1st down? Looks like they're going to mark him inches short. 3rd down and inches. Shoemaker will keep it, and he will get the 1st down as he's pushed out of bounds by Rome Weber.
Yeah, what a great read by Shoemaker on that one. You see if there's no outside contain, if that outside defensive end crashes, meaning come inside, he's going to keep the ball. If he stays outside, he's going to give it to the running back. What a great read that play.
So 1st down and goal from the 9-yard line. Sam Houston looking for the lead. Shoemaker takes the shotgun snap, Right up the middle, Gentry inside the 5 and down at the 2.5-yard line.
Very physical run by Gentry on that one. I mean, he got hit close to the line of scrimmage, but ran through a few tackles, stayed low, 8-yard run. Great play by driving his legs.
They'll mark him at the 1, so an 8-yard pickup. Gentry again fighting, and he is short. Just inside the 1-yard line, but not yet to the goal line. Some good muscle up front there by the Hilltoppers to hold him out. And now we've got a very big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Be interesting what they're going to call here. If they try to run the football against him, like they got big personnel in again. So it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do with Sam Houston State. But right now, they'd love to run that kind of flare screen out.
They hand it off to Isaiah
Looked like
Nixon, and he is short. Nixon has become a very big short yardage specialist for Sam Houston late in the year, and he did not get in. He rushed for a couple of touchdowns last week. Let's see, did he get in? He was stood up. Good defense there by Western Kentucky. Anthony Brackenridge was part of it, and now 4th down, and the Bearcats are going to go.
Yeah, Brackenridge came up and made something happen. Very physical at the point of attack.
They keep Nixon in. They hand off to Murdaugh, and Murdaugh gets into the end zone for a Bearcats touchdown. And Sam Houston has taken the lead. Adrian Murdaugh, the touchdown run, his 2nd of the year, and it's 12-7 Sam Houston.
Yeah, excellent call. Great blocks on the perimeter by the wide receivers to make that happen. Very physical, good lead, outside zone. Everybody was packed inside, saw something and ran to the pylon. Touchdown, Sam Houston State.
This Bearcats team coming on late in the year. Murdaugh is a good example. He's a former walk-on. He's a redshirt sophomore, had not scored a touchdown until last week, and now he's got one in each of the last 2 weeks. They missed a point after earlier, and they get this one to go. Colby Sessoms, who had not missed on the year, is now 1 for 2 in that department today. And the Bearcats, with 9:21 to go in the 2nd quarter, have taken a 13-7 lead on the road in Kentucky. Adrian Murdaugh, touchdown run. Sam Houston on top now of Western Kentucky, 13-7. Jeff Hem, Terry Obie, and our ESPN Plus crew back with you here in Bowling Green after a 10-play drive that took 4 minutes and included a 4th down conversion for Sam Houston. Terry, the Bearcats are looking pretty impressive since the early going.
Yes, very impressive, but the turnovers got them in a better situation. But what I like about it, they know you got to go for it on 4th down because, WKU going to score some points. So if you're in that deep down and you're making this transition to this conference, you have to go for it. You got to score touchdowns, not field goals. And what a great call on 4th down and outside zone play. What a great cut, outside jump cut, move, and touchdown, Sam Houston State.
Easton Messer on the return, out past the 20-yard line, makes a couple moves, stays on his feet. And Messer out past the 40-yard line. Terrific return by Easton Messer. He's got over 100 return yards just from last week alone, and this one was inside his 5, and he takes it out past his team's 40-yard line.
Yeah, very physical play, making things happen down the field, running through tackles. They call him Messer the Professor. So, because he makes intelligent decisions when he's running that football, tucking it away, very physical. Yeah, and in this situation, Reed has got to make sure he protects the football, but don't be so conservative. Still get the ball up in the air if you can.
Reed out to Dalvin Smith, and Smith across midfield tumbles down at the 46-yard line, 15 yards from Reed to Smith, and Western Kentucky is into Bearcats territory.
Yeah, with all those penalties, just get the ball to Delvin Smith's hand on a quick, easy throw. It's just an extended run. He gets upfield, and they almost broke that one.
Marquise Stepp in the backfield. Approaching 8.5 minutes to go first half. Reed to Corley. And trying to cut back inside. Corley reaches at the 45-yard line, so he'll get a yard. And for Corley, that's his 6th catch already today. That matches his total from last week. They have called his name early and often here today.
Yeah, because the other Sam Houston State knows how to double team him. So you got to try all the situations possible to get Malachi Corley the football. That was more of like a tunnel screen.
Reed back to the right. And standing him up there on that catch by Craig Burt Jr. Close to a first down. It'll be a 3rd down and about 2 coming up here. Both coaches, and all coaches talk about 3rd downs, but both coaches at times when we talked to them this week, Terry, went sort of out of their way to again bring up 3rd down conversions. It's already been big today, and this feels like one here, given where Western Kentucky is on the field.
And I wouldn't be surprised they run the football because you're really in a 2-down situation. You just shouldn't, they won't be scared to run the football now.
Reed with an offensive line giving the escort, barrels his way, and he does have the first down. Needed 2, got about 3.
Yeah, and I'm surprised they called that. Austin Reed need to keep his eyes open a little bit. He ran up the back of his lineman. He got lucky that the lineman had the drive, though. So you got to have a little bit more vision. He's probably not used to playing the running back situation because that was just a called running back, quarterback power on that. So now we're looking at a 1 high safety. This is the time when WKUs like to get the ball up.
Step in the backfield, Reed. Firing, Dalvin Smith inside the 10, jumping his way inside the 5-yard line. Dalvin Smith goes airborne and falls down at the 3 after a pickup at 31.
Yeah, oh my goodness, acrobat Dalvin Smith. We talked about it earlier. Coach Helton told me he could even do it on the diving board. So very athletic. He's in space, got the ball. He saw somebody he wanted to hurt. It looked like he's coming off the diving board. Get up.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Step will stay in the backfield. 1st down and goal. Hilltoppers want the lead back. Step barreling forward near the goal line. He's in for a Hilltoppers touchdown. Marquise Step picks up his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, and the Hilltoppers have retaken the lead pending the extra point, for now tied at 13.
That is their physical back. He got his steps in on that one. Take the step in the end zone. Great physical play on contact. The first person can get him down. Marquis Step is their physical running back on that line. When you go goal line, that's when he can make things happen.
Lucas Carnero, redshirt freshman, an outstanding kicker. Missed a couple of field goals last week, but they had issues with the hold and some special teams changes. Carnero usually is money. He puts this one right through, and indeed the Hilltoppers have the lead back. 14-13 with 6:06 to go in the 2nd quarter. And both teams' offenses are starting to find it now. We've got a ball game on the Hill. Marquis Step and the Hilltoppers back on top. Western Kentucky is back on top now. Sam Houston, 14-13. Both teams moving it well here in this 2nd quarter. Sam Houston about to get it back as the Hilltoppers following a 6-play, 59-yard drive. Both teams have had some quick scoring drives with some potentially big play offenses here being featured in this Conference USA matchup. And the Bearcats are going to run it out from about the 2-yard line. Not a lot there for Malik Phillips, and now Bearcats ball just inside their own 20-yard line. Terry, what did you like about that Western Kentucky drive a moment ago?
And what I like about that, they mix the ball around and try to get into different people's hands because they're double teaming the Malachi Corley, Sam Houston State defenses. So you got to make, other guys got to step up and make plays. This is turning out to be the game that we thought it would be. Both sides of the football are making things happen. The offenses are dynamic. We featured the 2 receivers, and they are the ones that are making things happen right now.
Hilltoppers offense over 200 yards already. Bearcats at about 150. Here's a flip to Noah Smith, their big playmaker, spinning across the 25-yard line and gets all the way out to the 28. He got 7 on that play.
Yeah, that was all him. Very slippery with his feet and just rolling for 7 yards because he got stopped at the line of scrimmage. Great physical player. You know, he's more shifty than fast. So in space, he's hard to really guard or even get down.
Smith comes in motion. They fake it to him, and they outlet to the tight end, Sherrard. And he's got the ball across the 35-yard line. That'll be good for a first down. 10-yard gain for Jax Sherrard. If you're watching this game and you don't know a lot about Sam Houston, you know, it's week 12. Anybody is going to talk to you at this time of year about guys they don't have, guys that are injured. But K.C. Keeler, the head coach for Sam Houston, will tell you that they had to totally change who they are offensively because of a couple of early season injuries to some wide receivers.
Yeah, they're coached really well, and they're trying to get the ball in Noah Smith's hands as much as possible. But the play before that, we call that waggle and getting the fake it to Smith and get it out to the tight end. Now they just went right back to Noah Smith, and he is the guy that, just like Malachi Corley, that both defenses have to look at to try to stop. Now they're trying to figure out 2nd down and 5. This is where you have an opportunity to make things happen. If you want to take a shot, this is a good opportunity to do that.
4.5 to go before halftime. Shoemaker in the shotgun. Thomas Jewett in motion. Another fake. Out to Jewett. Past the 45 and down at midfield, just a couple of inches onto the other side. And again, that'll be a first down for Sam Houston. So who are they without? Well, they're without Quavez Humphreys, an NFL prospect level wide receiver, due to a foot injury. They're also missing Ife Adeyi. He's been out since week 3. And that's where K.C. Keeler, even with a standout like Noah Smith, said those injuries to Humphreys and Adeyi changed who we are and how we have to be offensively. Then you factor in the revolving door they've had at running back. This is a team that, yeah, they're 2-8 and they're 1-5 in the conference, but they're showing late in the year who they are out of a toughness level and who they can be. They don't get much on this one. In fact, they'll lose a couple of yards, and now it's a 3rd down and long coming up.
Yeah, great penetration by the defensive line on the line of scrimmage. And when they hold 2 gaps and hold their gaps in the middle, WKU is in great position to make things happen on that play. So it'll be interesting to see what Shoemaker comes up with now and the coaches think about. He's going to make a different situation because the defensive coordinator, Coach Summers, is going to do something a little different. Now he's only rushing 3, but you can just see some type of disguise. He's going to drop as much people as possible.
2nd down and 13, and they find Noah Smith again. He's out of bounds, so they get back to midfield where they originally were, and now it's 3rd down. So 3rd down and 10 coming up here after that catch by Smith.
And they're going to try to go hurry up now, too.
5 catches already today for Noah Smith. And it looks like a timeout may have been called by Sam Houston.
Western Kentucky, they're second to the half.
By the Hilltoppers.
This will be 30 seconds.
On the right page on 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, they went lined up, so they had to rush out there because they didn't have the right personnel up. Sam Houston State was going really tempo, going faster than what WKU was ready for.
1-point game, just under 3 minutes to go here in this first half. What stands out about the first half, Terry, relative to how you thought the game might be played coming in?
What stands out the most is the turnovers. Just you can't do that against a football game like that. But even with the 3 turnovers by WKU, they still win in the football game, and that tells you a lot about what's going on. And but also too, with all the injuries with Sam Houston State, what sticks out, they're staying tough, even with guys, backups, and guys are stepping up and making plays, and they're not making an excuse for anything. But you got to see Coach Summers. You talk when we had the interview early. Coach Summers, the defensive coordinator, is going to come up with something different. And this down 3rd and 10, you know he's going to bring pressure, and he's standing them up in a proud defense. He's going to try to bring as many people as possible in this play.
Neither team has had a sack yet today. Big play here, 3rd down and 10.
Here they come.
Keegan Shoemaker drops back, and down he goes, and there is a sack for the Hilltoppers. They did not have a sack last week in their loss against New Mexico State. That was the first time all year they'd not had one. They get one here today in a big moment, and they're going to force the Bearcats to punt. Kendrick Simpkins among the stoppers for Western Kentucky.
Yeah, Kendrick Simpkins right through the A-gap between the center and the guard, but then also up the stout. The cornerback that has been missing was on that play too. He's definitely used tonight. What a great play by both of them. Coach Summers dialing out that NCAA blitz when you bring as many more people than Sam Houston State can block.
Hutchinson, a fair catch right around the 25-yard line. So now 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go for what is a big play offense for Western Kentucky. Austin Reed so far today, 14 out of 18 for 189 yards. He's got the 2 picks and the 1 touchdown. A lot of time left, and Western Kentucky leading by a point. How do you think they approach this right here?
Yeah, you got to be very aggressive. I mean, Coach Helton is going to try to go for it. He's going to try to score a 2-minute offense. But you really don't have to give up you still can run the football. They're playing 2 high safeties, meaning there's nobody deep, but they're spreading it out. They're going to get the ball in the air.
Reed finds Elijah Young. He's got some running room across the 45-yard line and taken out of bounds. In fact, he stepped out right on the 45. So a 20-yard pickup as Young was just kind of leaking out of the backfield there.
Yeah, great read by Reed. I mean, Young was more of an outlet and saw him down the sideline. Blown coverage by Sam Houston State. You cannot let anybody outside of you on a play like that when you have contained.
From the 45, Reed, plenty of time. Good offensive line protection, finds Messer. They get it across midfield. They're a yard short of a first down, so 2nd down and 1 inside of 2 minutes. Plenty of time left. Hilltoppers already into Bearcats territory.
Yeah, really good check down. So now Reed is going to try to put more pressure on their defense and just get the ball out early if they're going to play deep.
Right back to Messer out toward the 40-yard line. That'll move the chains, temporarily stop the clock. Right at the 40 now is Easton Messer with back-to-back catches, the Louisville native and a redshirt freshman.
Yeah, with a minute and 34 seconds is a lifetime for this type of offense. You can really run the ball, and I think you'll get Sam Houston State off guard if they see that, but it depends what Sam Houston State looks at.
Reed back to pass, and that one got knocked down. It was intended for Craig Burt Jr. And good hands there defensively for Sam Houston by David Fisher, one of their very physical defensive backs. And they go 5 in the secondary often with Nickel and Fisher, the redshirt sophomore out of Houston, had good D there.
I like that with Fisher. I mean, stand put. He didn't break on the football. He knew Reed was expecting a short pass, and he was ready for it.
And now we got a whistle. And it looks like a timeout has been taken by the Bearcats. So both defenses calling a timeout here in the last couple of minutes. And you're right at 90 seconds. 1 timeout remaining for the Hilltoppers. And there's K.C. Keeler and Sam Houston talking it over. They got 2 timeouts left. Second to last week of the regular season. Again, Western Kentucky with a win in this game will be bowl eligible. And they're trying to bounce back from their loss last week here on their homecoming against New Mexico State. That loss eliminated them from Conference USA title game hopes. So we know it's going to be Liberty and New Mexico State for the conference title game. But Western Kentucky with a win in one of these last 2 games would become bowl eligible. They're at FIU next week, so they're trying to get it locked in here today with a win against this Sam Houston team, which has won back-to-back games.
Absolutely. They don't want to be in a situation when you only 6 wins. I mean, there's no guarantee, but 7 would definitely be a guarantee. But now I'm seeing that they're cheating down. If you look up top, this looks like there's going to be one-on-one, and running is going to be open.
And they give it to Davion Irvin Poindexter, who cuts up the middle, gets to the 34-yard line. So pickup of 6 for one of the seniors on this Western Kentucky Senior Day, Davion Irvin Poindexter.
And again, I mean, you can look to throw the football, but, I mean, running the football is not out of the question because they're only rushing 2.
Reed hands it off. Irvin Poindexter stays on his feet, lowers the shoulder and is taken down at the 26-yard line. And that will stop the clock while they reset the chains. First down, Western Kentucky. 59 seconds to go here in the half.
Yeah, I see what Sam Houston State is doing. They're not really rushing the ball. You're going to be wide open down the field.
Reed into the end zone, a touchdown for Craig Burt Jr. Austin Reed to Burt Jr. from 26 yards out. Senior to senior on senior day. And the Hilltoppers take a 20-13 lead.
Yeah, Austin Reed saw that. And the big thing with that was busted coverage by Sam Houston. Looking in the backfield, expecting to be the run, but Reed ad-libbed on that, waiting for the receiver to clear and never gave up on that. Stepped up in the pocket, saw him down the field. Great throw, great reaction. You know what, Hilltoppers up front now.
Second touchdown of the day, passing for Austin Reed. Now the point after by Carnero. And he's got it, and it's 21-13 Hilltoppers. Tyson Helton thought there'd be some big play opportunities here today. We talked about it when the Hilltoppers got the ball back. You said, hey, there's plenty of time, especially for the way this offense can strike. And the Hilltoppers, with this connection, have now gone up by 8.
Yeah, what great read by Reed, never giving up on Craig Burt down the field. What happens when your defensive back looks in the field, he steps up in the pocket, wide open down, and what a strike. Touchdown Tops.
And Austin Reed is now right at 250 yards passing for the day.
You know, the way this game is going with 49 seconds, you cannot take it away from Sam Houston State. They've been running to getting the ball down the field exactly, too, with 49 seconds left.
And they've got a couple of timeouts remaining. Down by 8. Munson kicks it away, and it'll be a touchback, and Sam Houston will see what they can do with 49 seconds remaining as they come out to the 25-yard line. Keegan Shoemaker so far today, 9 out of 16 for 128 yards and 1 touchdown. You saw Brad Cornelson there on your screen, offensive coordinator for the Bearcats. A team that averages about 300 yards a game. There's K.C. Keeler, their head coach. Pretty balanced as far as their touchdowns go coming in. 10 rushing, 14 passing on the year for Sam Houston. They're going to go empty in the backfield with 5 wide.
Yeah, and then Coach Keeler is going to make sure that Shoemaker doesn't make a mistake in this situation, because he makes a mistake or throw a pick, they could be in a bad situation. WKU could score again.
Out in the flat on first down, and a catch made by John Gentry. He goes out of bounds, and they'll mark him at the 29-yard line. So pick up a 4. Most importantly, at this stage, it stops the clock.
You know, Gentry used great hands there, making that happen, and to get that. And Shoemaker's is making plays, but you cannot make a mistake. You don't want to do that and give it back into WKU's hands.
Gentry, 3 years at Utah State before coming to Sam Houston. He is a Houston native, stays in the backfield. Shoemaker steps up. He's got some room to run. Makes a move at the 40 and slides just shy of the 45-yard line. They'll mark him at the 43. So a 14-yard run by Keegan Shoemaker, a guy who, as Tyson Helton talked about this week, scouting them, said, hey, he can run a little bit. Don't sleep on him. Good pick up there. Now Shoemaker out to Gentry. And Gentry will get out of bounds right near midfield.
So
26 seconds. They've executed this well here.
Yeah, they're doing really well. I mean, you still can get in field goal position, and I mean, just methodically throwing smart, making smart decisions, getting the ball out. Shoemaker's not trying to force it down the field because WKU is playing really deep now, playing more of a cover 2 man and dropping, trying to drop 8. And if you throw it underneath, you'll get those plays.
2 timeouts left, so you do have the middle of the field. Second down and 5. Sherrard in motion.
Now you can go. Now you got man-to-man. Now you can get the ball up if you can.
Shoemaker rolls it out. Got to get rid of it. Trying for Sherrard, and toe-to-toe along the sideline. It's going to be marked incomplete. It's going to be marked incomplete. Upton Stout for Western Kentucky thought he had an interception, but it looked like his foot was on the sideline when he grabbed it, and he was not in play.
Yeah, he was missed for a few weeks, and they really miss Upton Stout because he is making a lot of plays. He was on that sack. He shared the sack, and good play right there playing defense. Very physical for a small guy to play against a tight end. They might have to review this play. He looked close.
It is going to be reviewed. And if it's not an interception, it's going to be 3rd down and 5 for Sam Houston. It also took 8 key seconds off the clock. So if the Bearcats do still have possession, they are down to 18 seconds, where you really only have time for a few plays rather than having a lot better option if they'd completed that pass or just not used as much time.
They got a few timeouts, but by looking at this replay, he looks really close. I don't know if he was initially out, but it looks like he caught that ball in bounds.
Yeah, tough. It's tough to see the foot from where he left when he jumped, right?
I think he might have got it looks really close. That's so close, but when it's close like that, the replay, they're doing a great job.
I tell you, I don't want that job. I mean, this is really close.
I think he got it in there. He got the inside foot in while the outside foot was up in the air, so that would be great.
Yeah, the call on the field was incomplete. There's Shoemaker trying to figure out if he's got any shots left here before halftime. 21-13 Western Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean, they got to take their time on that, but if it's really close, you can't change it. But to me, it seemed like he got that in. They got really good coverage. I mean, the video crew did a great job of showing those replays, and excellent job. Hope it doesn't take too long.
This is a Western Kentucky defense that did not force a turnover last week against New Mexico State. And that was only the second time this year that happened. The other time was against Liberty. So big spot, obviously, and also a defense that has been looking for chances to take the ball away. From that angle, it's just with that Sam Houston player on the sideline there, it is just so tough to see the feet.
Yeah, but twinkle toes there. He's very athletic. Did he stay? Yeah, because they said he went out of bounds first, so it would be close.
It was determined that the defender's foot was out of bounds when he touched the ball. Therefore, incomplete pass is confirmed.
Incomplete.
3rd down.
So the foot was out of bounds.
Yeah, I think it was so hard for them to see that. They just went with the call that was on the field.
Yeah, again, you've got to have obvious evidence to overturn something like that. So still a chance here for the Bearcats with 18 seconds remaining. Western Kentucky showing blitz. There's a flag. They may have jumped early. A deep shot by Shoemaker. And this one, is this intercepted? It appears as though it is.
Yeah,
we got to check the penalty, though.
Yeah, it was offsides, WKU, but it was an interception.
Anthony Johnson Jr. picked it, but it does look like the Hilltoppers jumped when they were trying to blitz Shoemaker.
Yeah, that took too many seconds, 7 seconds. I mean, you really don't have, I don't even know if you can get in field goal position at this time with 11 seconds left.
Offside. Number 48, defense. 5-yard penalty is enough for a 1st down.
So Shoemaker knew exactly what he was doing. He knew he had a free play.
So now you're down to 11 seconds. You basically have a chance to try to get some kind of completion, call a timeout, and then maybe take a shot.
Yeah, because it's going to be hard. It'd be tough to get a field goal, get them out there in this time. Maybe. It depends on what you do in this play.
Shoemaker, they complete it.
Too much time.
He finds Noah Smith, who tries to get across the 35-yard line, and with 5 seconds, they will take a timeout. So Noah Smith.
Yeah, Noah Smith, he should have just went straight down. He messed up about 3 seconds with dancing a little bit.
The longest field goal this year for Colby Sessoms is 45 yards. He is outstanding at point after attempts. For field goals, he is 7 out of 10. And this would be,
Bomb.
yeah, this would be about a 53-yarder or so if they do want to try for that. So it's,
I don't think I mean, that's.
they've only, put it this way, they've only attempted one field goal this year at 50+, and they did not convert it.
Okay. Yeah, because, I mean, in this situation, you're going to have to kick a line drive to even get it there. Any
They're going to try it.
penetration.
They're going to try it at least.
And I'm surprised that WKU doesn't have anybody back there to return it just in case. They put everybody on the line of scrimmage instead of having someone back to return it. Because if he's short, they can run the football.
They've officially got it at the 35. This is going to be a 51-yard field goal for Sessoms, going for a season long. And he's got it, and then some. What a boot by Colby Sessoms.
Wow, that was a bomb.
The redshirt sophomore, his coach told us he can hit from over 50, and he proves it to close out the first half. So the Bearcats get something. Before halftime, they'll officially rule it a 53-yarder for Colby Sessoms. And that's going to take us to halftime. We've got a ball game in Western Kentucky. Hilltoppers 21, Bearcats 16. We're back to Houchens-Smith Stadium in a few moments as you're watching Conference USA football on ESPN+. Time to start the third quarter here on the Hill. Welcome back to Bowling Green, Kentucky. Hilltoppers 21, Bearcats of Sam Houston 16. And it'll be Sam Houston getting the ball. Remember, they won the coin toss and elected to defer. So there's Corey Munson getting set to kick it for the Hilltoppers. And the Bearcats have Jordan Yates and Malik Phillips back, and this will be Phillips from the 5.
Very high kick.
Out to the 25-yard line. Flag comes in. Pretty good return. We'll check the penalty, and there's also a Hilltopper a little bit slow to get up.
Yeah, most likely in those situations is some type of holding penalty or blocking in the back.
That was Munson, the kicker, and their current punter with Tom Ellard out, who was slow to get up and now makes his way off the field while referee Ron Hudson gives us the call.
During the return, holding, number 42, return team, 10-yard penalty,
Yeah, Terry was
first
right
down,
all
Sam
along.
Houston
You've
State.
seen a few of those in your day. You
Yeah,
called it, man.
Exactly. It's kind of, especially where that flag was thrown, you see that's what's going to happen. So in that situation, but now Shoemaker is just going to see. You got to stay poised and come out here and keep the same format and try to mix in the pass and the run and be consistent and get the hands and get the ball back in your playmakers. Noah, I mean, you got to get it back in his hands again.
Shoemaker 12 out of 20 for 149 yards and 1 touchdown in the first half. Senior out of Prosper, Texas in the shotgun. And it'll be John Gentry. Tries to creep his way for a little bit of yardage. Gets 3 on a first down carry, so 2nd down and 7. And that was Kenyante Davis, part of the stop for Western Kentucky.
Yeah, I noticed something different, too, with what happens with Noah Smith. They're putting Upton Stout on him. Upton Stout has been out for a few weeks with injuries, but he's man-to-man against Noah Smith, so it'll be good to look at this matchup to see what happens.
Shoemaker going to roll it out. He's got Gentry trying to lead the way, and they get about a yard. Shoemaker, a guy who will run a little bit. He ran it 5 times for 20 yards and had a 14-yard first down pickup in that first half. So now you got a 3rd down and about 6.
Yeah, this has been a tough spot for Shoemaker. I mean, especially when you look at you backed up, and if you bring the pressure, there's no turnover so far. He just got to make sure he protects that football. Even if you don't get the completion, you do not throw an interception or some type of turnover in this situation.
Noah Smith in the slot on the right. A deep shot here by Shoemaker, and it's incomplete. Malik Phillips, the intended target, and he had Anthony Johnson Jr. going toe-to-toe with him. And it's incomplete, and the Bearcats are going to have to punt.
Yeah, but after that play later, I mean, Shoemaker took a hit, and I want to make sure that he's okay, but he threw that ball in the air, but he had to because they were on a blitz. I mean, the safety blitz mean safety, we call that snake, safety to the right side.
So Jaden Cardell will come in and get ready for the punt. And KD Hutchinson is back for the Hilltoppers around his 40. Cardell with a good kick. Fair catch called for and made right at the 35-yard line by KD Hutchinson. So Hilltoppers will have it now. Austin Reed coming out. He was 18 for 23 in the first half, 250 yards. 2 touchdowns, had the 2 picks. Remember, Western Kentucky turned it over 3 times, and that proved to be a big difference maker in the way that first half played out.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. I mean, you talked about it earlier that WKU has been able to drive the football. They don't need any tricks. Just run, just throw the football and be consistent. And if they're giving you these 3 high safety looks, they force you to run the football. You have to run the football first. But then when they start bringing safety down, then you throw it.
Tyson Helton looking on as the first down carry goes to Elijah Young, and he gets it to the 38-yard line for a pickup of about 2.
Yes, I mean, then you have the main, we always talking about the good players always show up and they making plays, but Trevor Williams, what a great stop in there. I mean, small guy, 5'9", but he fulfills a lot of space. So we got to keep our eyes on him for this second half and see if he can make havoc on this offense.
He's their leading tackler and a 4-time captain. Reed gets rid of it quickly here, looking for one of his tight ends, and that is Trevor Borland with his first catch of the day. Again, they're without their lead tight end, River Helms, so it's been a combo of Borland and Noah Myers for Western Kentucky. And the penalty, and our referee, Ron Hudson, giving us the outcome. It was a sideline warning. So for now, nothing comes of it. And a 3rd down and short for Western Kentucky with Young in the backfield.
Yeah, right now Sam Houston State is playing really deep and only rushing 3. They're forcing WKU to run the football or throw short passes.
Reed to the right side, it's picked. The route got jumped by DeMarcus Crosby. He stays on his feet inside the 10-yard line and goes out of bounds. They'll mark him at about the 8.
Yeah, baiting him the whole entire time. You got to, I mean, if they're going to have 3 safeties back there and have underneath coverage, you cannot throw the football in that situation.
Crosby 2 weeks ago was the conference's defensive player of the week for his performance against Kennesaw State. This his 4th pick of the year. A massive play for the Bearcats and the 4th turnover of the day by the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, Crosby was, it was opportunistic on that. 2-man, he was underneath that. He tricked Reed on that. Looked like cover 2, but he ran underneath the wide receiver.
Shoemaker from the 7. Hands it off to Gentry, and Gentry, untouched, goes into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Bearcats have retaken the lead, 22-21 on John Gentry's touchdown rush.
Yeah, I mean, what happens that's really deflating after a turnover, it seemed like the defense wasn't even ready on that one, but WKU is going to have to bounce back, but Sam Houston State came out and drove and got that interception and scored a touchdown on sudden change immediately.
Gentry, who did not play last week, part of this revolving door at running back for the Bearcats this year. The point after is good by Sessoms. And the Bearcats get the takeaway and then the touchdown. John Gentry and Sam Houston with a big start to this second half. Gentry takes it in from 7 yards out, and the Bearcats lead by a pair. Sam Houston has taken the lead. There's 25, DeMarcus Crosby, as he jumped a route and almost turned it into a pick 6 with his 4th interception of the year. It's the 8th takeaway by the Bearcats in the last 2 games Read the eyes of Austin Reed the whole way.
Yes, he did, and they played what you call two high safeties, man underneath. They double in the receivers underneath, and he read the eyes of Austin Reed. He did not look him away. Easy pick six. If you look at the film, they study in video, and they saw what he does. They're giving up the run. They're only rushing 3, so you cannot force a pass in a situation where they're giving you the run. They're dropping 8 people. There's no way you can do that.
Sets up the Gentry touchdown run. Bearcats lead by 2. Here's Easton Messer on the return. He's had a good one already today. Stays on his feet, crossing field. Flag comes in as Messer gets it to the 36-yard line. See if there's a hold involved, but for now, a pretty good return.
Really good return, but every time there's always a holding in this situation. I mean, it's never on the kickoff team. It's on the kickoff return team in these situations.
Is it because he tried to reverse field a bit?
Yeah, they try to reverse field, and you end up grabbing people. I would be surprised if it's something else.
Holding. Number 2, return team. 10-yard penalty. First down, Western Kentucky.
As usual, Terry Obi was all over it.
Yeah, we try.
You've seen a couple of those in your day.
Seen a few of those, so.
So Messer with a return of 34 yards, but it's going to get backed up. And they're going to start this drive at the 16-yard line.
Great game plan by Sam Houston. I mean, I would stick with it. I mean, stay with that. If he's going to try to force the ball in 8, dropping 8, that's going to be a problem. They're just rushing 3 defensive linemen and they're dropping everybody else underneath the receiver. So really, they have to really be careful. They're doubling in.
Here's Marquise Stepp. He's getting backed up, going the wrong direction, and the Bearcats with good D. That was Trevor Williams, one of their leading tacklers coming up from the linebacker position. That was a gang tackle. Crosby was there as well.
Yeah, I'm seeing the momentum shifting a little bit. It seems like Sam Houston, especially on defense, they playing a little harder. They smelling blood in the water. They turn into sharks right now.
Now the Hilltoppers are going empty. Corley in motion. And they get it out to Corley. He'll try to turn the corner, but there is nothing there. Kavian Gaither, the reigning conference defensive player of the week, ushers Corley out of bounds. And just like that, it's 3rd and long for Western Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean, they had a wall of defenders over there. That's what they're doing, and that they have devised a really good game plan right now. And now you at 3rd and 11. What they're going to do now is they're going to even drop even more. They add another defensive back in the field right now. They took one of the linebackers out and added another defensive back. So it's going to be really hard. And you got 3 high safeties now.
Corley, top of your screen. Reed back to throw. And he fires, and he connects with Dalvin Smith, who's got some running room for the first down and more. Past the 40-yard line to the 41, a 26-yard gain on a 3rd and long. Man, if you're a Hilltopper, you needed that.
You definitely need that. So to get them out of their coverage, now with Dalvin Smith making that play, you got to speed it up so they don't set that defense on you. Right now you got them. Now you have to run the ball again because the safeties are very high.
4-man front this time for the Bearcats, and this one in and out of the hands of K.D. Hutchinson, who probably could feel a pop coming if he caught that. He was going to get leveled. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, K.D. Smith had alligator arms on that one. He didn't want no part. You know what? Sometimes everybody makes a business decision.
It felt like that was one right there for Hutchinson.
Definitely.
10.5 to go 3rd quarter. Hilltoppers down by a pair. They've turned it over 4 times. Reed. He's going to hand it off to Davion Irvin Poindexter, who gets a yard.
Yeah, I mean, so Sam Houston, I mean, they have figured something out. If you got 3 guys rushing, and if you can stop an offensive line with 5 people, that's going to be a problem. So I see the momentum is really shifting, and on the Sam Houston side, they're shifting in defensive linemen. Those 3 defensive linemen are putting pressure with just 3 people rushing. And if you got all those people dropping back, that becomes a problem for your passing game.
3rd down and 10. Austin Reed, plenty of time, fires it out. He's got a connection with Craig Burt Jr., but it's short of the first down. They get to the 45-yard line, and now it's 4th down and 5. The Bearcats punt defense was ready to come out. Then they kind of held the phone for a moment. Now they see that indeed Western will punt it away.
Yeah, great series by Sam Houston. I mean, they know what to do now. They have figured out what a great halftime adjustment on the defensive side of the ball as a team. They know exactly what to do. Even on that run touchdown, they figure out what to do with WKU. Double team Keeler. Coach Keeler's a really good coach. If you give him a second chance, you're going to have problems.
Munson on the punt. Eamon Allen comes up, now lets it go inside the 5, and the Hilltoppers will pin it inside the 5-yard line.
Yes.
Good special teams defense there. Jimmy Holiday thought maybe it had been touched. He was trying to run it in. And actually, that was TJ Springer. It's not a touchdown, but they pin it inside the 5. So Bearcats ball with tough field position when we come back. Sam Houston on the road trying to pull off an upset of Western Kentucky, leading 23-21 with just under 9 to go third quarter. It's Bearcats ball, but they're pinned after good special teams work by the punting unit. And then it was TJ Springer who pounced on this near the 5-yard line to make sure the Bearcats were going to have tough field position.
Yeah, great drive by Munson. And we keep giving these golf analogy. That was one of them running 3-irons, you know, them low line drive 3-irons that just kept running down.
So from his own end zone out of the shotgun, Shoemaker hands it off. Another spot where they're just trying to get it out a little bit. And it was John Gentry on the first down carry. Gentry today on the ground, 10 rushes for about 30 yards. He does have a touchdown, but 8 yards his longest carry of the day. Neither team has done much on the ground.
Yeah, what they're trying to do is Sam Houston to see something different. They're trying to run that football and sprint the quarterback out if they can.
Shoemaker in trouble. Will just throw it away. Pursuit there for the Hilltoppers, provided by Deontay McCray.
Outstanding play by Shoemaker on that to get that ball out of his hands. Don't make a mistake. Don't throw it in coverage what Austin Reed has done today, trying to make something happen when it's not there. You'd rather punt the ball and look for another down instead of throwing a pick six when you tight down in this situation. And I would expect them to be conservative here. I would not put myself in a situation to make a mistake. I wouldn't be surprised if they run the football. Coach Keeler knows that they're playing well defensively. He doesn't want to make a mistake in this situation.
Shoemaker back to throw. He dumps it out, and they're going to get a first down and more. This is Gentry still on his feet. A flag comes in as Gentry takes it out toward the 40-yard line.
Excellent call by that Sam Houston State. I mean, right in the teeth of that blitz, they ran a screen directly into it. They have done a great job of adjusting and making adjustment after halftime.
Ron Hudson, our referee. Let's check the penalty.
Hey. Illegal block in the back. Hey. Number 73. Hey. Offense. 10-yard penalty. First down, Sam Houston.
Markendrick Beal on the penalty, the sophomore left guard for Sam Houston.
Yeah, but what a great call, though. I mean, even though he had that play, it was after the play, but great throw. I mean, running that screen into the teeth of that defense, the aggressiveness of WKU, they just worked. They saw that by adjusting at halftime. If you throw it right in the teeth of that defense of that blitz, there's no one there.
So they'll get it not as far as they have, but still first down from the 24 after the illegal block in the back. 8 minutes to go, third quarter. Bearcats the lead and the ball. Shoemaker wants Jax Sherrard to come to the other side of the line. Handles a tough snap. Back to throw. Flushed out. Shoemaker fading away. The pass in the air and caught by Alvonte Woodard. What a grab. He went up and got it right near midfield. Woodard is still down. Terrific catch to the 49-yard line. It's a 25-yard pickup. Let's see if he's okay.
Yeah, Woodard, what a great play going at his high point. He probably got the wind knocked out of him, but I love going on for a football at the highest point. Way to make a play for his team. Shoemaker running, scrambling, go get the ball high in the scare. That's one of them high in the sky. Get that ball high at his highest point, make a play for your quarterback, bail him out. Now, You extend the change, first down.
That was pretty good feel there by Shoemaker, too. He's buying time. He's keeping his eyes up. And right before he was coming to the sideline, he spotted his man. That was a good combination.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job with his feet all night. Moving his feet and throwing the ball. That was a touchdown. He did the same thing on. Giving his receivers some room by using his feet, scrambling and getting down the field.
Now they're going to review this. So it's under review. The call on the field was a completed catch of 25 yards. And we'll try to take another look here. There's Woodard after the great catch, the transfer out of Texas.
Oh, he was juggling the ball. It was moving at the bottom, but I wonder if the ground caused the fumble. See, he caught it. He didn't really have it. He didn't really have it. He got possession, but when he hit the ground, it fell out.
And he
still
had it a little bit as he was rolling over. Rome Weber was the guy that put the hit on him.
Yeah, the ball was loose in his hand, so what a great effort, regardless of what happens.
The receiver did not complete the process of the catch as he went to the ground
he did not
and then out of bounds.
complete the process of the catch.
Yeah, it was moving. I saw it was, but what a great effort. You can't take that away from him with making an effort going at a high point. Yeah, but the ground, it seemed like the ground caused that fumble at the bottom.
So big change here. Instead of a 25-yard pickup, now they're going to come back out for a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, what a big change of scenery here, though, when you do that. Change of circumstances. Now they try to mix it up a little bit. They're going to try to get the ball in Noah Smith's hand. They're going to go back to him if they can.
They'll bunch it up a little. Smith in the slot on the left, and they'll set up a screen here to Malik Phillips. And Phillips to the 29-yard line. Phillips did not have a catch last week despite being out there a ton, and K.C. Keeler said, yeah, that was really surprising. He's a guy they like to go to a lot. 30 catches on the year coming in. And junior out of New Mexico, Malik Phillips, and now it's 3rd down and 5.
And I'm just excited about the adjustment that Sam Houston is making. What they're doing is double blitzes and double screens into these blitzes. They see it, and they see where the advantage is at if you can try to get into those blitzes.
Shoemaker's taken down. He is sacked. Kendrick Simpkins comes in. He's the team leader in sacks for Western Kentucky, and he wraps up Keegan Shoemaker with a big play.
Yeah, I mean, what we call, they're sending Simpson, the safety back there. They call him the snake, that snake blitz on the right side, on the strong side with the tight end side, confusing Shoemaker. So one right there, they got over on that play.
Those are the first unsportsmanlike for both players. 4th down.
Yeah, penalties offset there, huh?
Yeah, John Gentry after the play with unsportsmanlike conduct against Sam Houston. You can see K.C. Keeler talking to him about what happened.
Yeah, he's telling him, you got to be smart. We have the momentum. You can't put them back in the game. Coach Keeler's telling them, hey, buddy, they are the one that's making mistakes. You can't continue to do that. We got them on the ropes, and you're letting them loose right now.
So they'll punt it from the 23 now. Jaden Cardell will punt it away. K.D. Hutchinson waiting.
That's a line drive. That looks like a touchdown.
Makes the catch. Past the 40, stays up and gets across midfield. So this drive for the Hilltoppers is going to start in Bearcats territory. Cat and mouse back and forth, 3rd quarter. About 6.5 to go. Hilltoppers ball down by 2 against Sam Houston on their home turf. Back with you here at Western Kentucky. Sam Houston leading the Hilltoppers 23-21. Jeff M., Terry Obie, and our great ESPN Plus crew here with you. Here's a look at the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, one on each side after the sack by Simpkins. See John Gentry getting into it there with Upton Stout. And that really affected the yardage and the upcoming decisions. And now after the punt and a good return by Hutchinson, it's Austin Reed and the Hilltoppers back out there offensively.
And Coach Keeler knows when you do that, most of the time the other team is going to score.
And now Reed's been picked off. And that's intercepted by Caleb Weaver. And the Bearcats take it right back. And Austin Reed has now been picked off 4 times today. It was the first time this year he's been picked off multiple times, and now make it 4 total. And this Bearcats defense continues to make plays.
Yeah, he is throwing it into coverage, and it is not good. I mean, you're a gunslinger, but you cannot throw it with underneath coverage like that. You cannot throw the ball in those situations because you're going to put yourself in a bad situation. So Coach Keeler with Sam Houston State is saying, you can't make mistakes. We're letting them back in the game. We're playing really well defensively. They've been making the mistakes. They got 5 turnovers. We cannot give them the ball and then read the first play after that, sit in a situation, know there was the coverage, and try to make something happen with that throw. Not a great play.
Shoemaker hands it off to Gentry on first down. 2-yard pickup for John Gentry. So approaching 6 minutes here in the third quarter. The Bearcats a 2-point lead. They led a little bit in that first half and then retook the advantage here in the second half. Now they pass it out to the tight end Jewett, and he is close to a first down.
Yeah, and Jewett, what a great catch, though. But the problem becomes now you're going to keep the defense with WKU on the field, and Sam Houston State knows if they keep getting first downs, they're going to wear them down. It's all about possessions now. You have the ball a lot of times, and with turnovers, it's difficult, especially with 5. I don't know how you're going to scramble your way back into a game with 5 turnovers. That's almost a miracle in that situation, Jeff.
Gentry comes into the backfield again. Shoemaker gets it out. And there's his favorite target, Noah Smith, who picks up his 7th catch of the day. He's out of bounds at the 41-yard line. That's a 13-yard pickup for Noah Smith. And that has now moved him into just the 2nd player in Sam Houston history to have 1,000 receiving yards and 1,000 rushing yards in a Bearcats career. He's up to 97 receiving yards on the day. Now Gentry on this one, and it's going to be 2nd down for Sam Houston.
Yes, I mean, they're making a lot of plays. They're getting things out, but great play on the outside by making plays and getting a hit earlier. But the play before was just a really sprint right, and they throw in the football. They're getting outside. The Shoemaker's better outside the pocket, especially to his right.
Play fake. Shoemaker to the right side, and that one almost got picked. That was another underneath throw by a quarterback. Anthony Johnson got his hands on it, but he was out of bounds by the time he landed. That's a very fortunate play for Sam Houston.
Yeah, Shoemaker, I don't know if he was throwing that away, but if he'd have threw that ball on time, that would have been a pick 6. So it's good that he threw the ball high and out of the way, because that would have been another interception. These teams, this cat and mouse, the defensive coaches are doing a good job of disguising things and confusing these quarterbacks.
3rd down and 11. Big play here. Potential 2-down territory.
Yeah, it looks like man-to-man, but they're not going with it. They're going to drop back in coverage.
Shoemaker gets flushed out again.
He's great to his right.
And he throws it incomplete. He had Deontay McCray all over him again. McCray has been everywhere today for the Hilltoppers, and now 4th down, and with a big 4th down and 11, Sam Houston is going to punt.
Yeah, McCray has been around the way all day, making plays and making things happen. But the defense cannot continue to do that if your offense is struggling. 5 turnovers. I don't know if there's been a 5-game turnover in a situation in WKU in a while, but Sam Houston State is doing a great job of mixing up and causing confusion for Reed.
Cardell trying to pin this at least inside the 20. He does to the 15 with a fair catch for Hutchinson. So after the pick, Western Kentucky's defense holds firm against the Bearcats, and now Austin Reed will come back out. There's McCray helping his team get the ball back. Hilltoppers down by 2 with 4:17 to go here in the third quarter. Again, Austin Reed, one of the best passers in college football, and he'd never had multiple interceptions in a game this year, and he's got 4 today.
Yeah, they really disguise, and the big thing is that line of scrimmage, the 3 defensive linemen running. You have to run the football against that. If you don't, they're going to drop 8, and it's hard to throw the ball at all.
Elijah Young gets a couple of yards on first down. Just the 7th rushing attempt for Young today. Western Kentucky has only run the ball for a total of 30 yards on 17 tries.
Yeah, they have so many people out there underneath coverage, and they got the ground covered in the passing game.
This pass for Corley, deflected and incomplete. And that time, Reed and Corley could not connect.
And I know we've been talking about it, but what's really causing the confusion with WKU is Sam Houston is playing cover 2 man underneath. It's 2 high safeties, and everybody, 8 men, are covering underneath the receivers, so they double teaming everybody. They're only rushing 3, so everybody else is out in coverage. It's nowhere, no zones to throw the football.
It's time to Corley. And that is past the 35-yard line from Malachi Corley. And that's a big conversion for Western Kentucky. When in doubt, look for Corley, his 8th catch of the day. He's over 80 yards.
Yeah, what you have to do is you got to hook in those zones. You cannot try to get the ball down the field when they're playing a coverage like that. And now they got 3 high safeties. And that's really difficult to throw the ball deep against.
They're just daring the Hilltoppers to run the ball.
Yes, absolutely.
And they will do it on this one. And there is daylight up the middle for Elijah Young.
There you go. In order to do, you have to do that to make them honest. If you don't do that, you have no way to do that. But the adjustment, what a great draw. What a great draw, and putting them in a situation where they force them to run. If they're going to give you that, you got to take it.
13-yard rush, longest of the day by a Hilltopper. Under 3 minutes to go, third quarter.
Keep running. Young
again, right back up the middle, fights for a couple of yards. Got wrapped up by Kavian Gaither. So second down at about 8 now, inside of 2.5 minutes in the third quarter. Hilltoppers the ball, down by 2.
Yes, they daring them to run, but really the strategy for Sam Houston is they know they got 3 guys that's rushing against 5, and what we call those 2-gappers, meaning they can take away 2 blockers with just 3 people. Now they go into a 4-man front. Now you can throw the football now. After you have a couple of running plays, now they give you some space to where you can throw it.
From the 49, Reed's going to keep it, tries to get around the edge, crosses the 45-yard line, and that's, in fact, they'll mark him down at the 45. He had David Fisher coming right at him. So got into a better opportunity to pass, but kept it again. And now they probably have the Bearcats thinking a little bit differently now.
Exactly. So now you're making a game out of it. Now it's a chess match. But if you one-dimensional, they'll pick the ball off all day. They'll just stay underneath you and roll. And right now they know you're looking to pass. But in this situation, I would still run because they're giving you the run right now. Even on 3rd and 4, you got 2 downs to get it. You got to run.
Reed back to throw, and that one was almost picked off. He was trying to go to his tight end, Trevor Borland. The Bearcats were more than ready for that. That was into traffic.
He's playing. He escaped a bullet because what they're doing is playing that spy technique. The safeties are dropping underneath, and I hope the WKU can see what's going on. But if they don't see it, it's going to be a long night. Sam Houston State, great coaching, great discipline. And being in situations, now you can change it up on them. It's 4th and 4. WKU is going to go for it, but now Sam Houston might bring the pressure now.
Reed back to throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was behind Craig Burt Jr., and the Bearcats get a turnover on downs. Their defense holds.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of getting everything together and making things happen. So excited what's going to happen with everything, but Sam Houston's adjustment's been remarkable.
So the Bearcats now have the ball with 68 seconds to go in the third quarter. They lead by 2.
Okay, absolutely.
And a big possession here for Sam Houston. Keegan Shoemaker leads his team back out. He's thrown for over 200 yards on the day. He's going to hand it off here to Adrian Murdaugh, who gets the edge. Some flags come in. Murdaugh got it to midfield for a 5-yard pickup, and we've got to check the penalties. Hilltoppers feel like this is going to move.
Number 19, offense.
Sam Houston back,
10-yard penalty.
It was
remains
a hold
first down.
on Malik Phillips as he was trying to help his team set the edge there for Murdaugh.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying hard, but you can see Coach Keeler on the sideline is like, guys, don't make mistakes. I mean, you can't hold in this. You don't want to make, yeah, it was grabbed. It's definitely a hold on the end. But the more mistakes you make, you're allowing WKU to stay in the game.
So first down at 20 now from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like screen time is coming.
Shoemaker in the shotgun, Sherrard in motion. Shoemaker gets rid of it quickly over the middle, and he connects with Noah Smith, gets back toward the original line of scrimmage. 9th catch of the day for Smith, who's now right around 100 yards receiving in the ballgame.
Yeah, great play to get 10 yards right there. I mean, I like that. Methodically, just hook over the football. Don't try to get all the 20 yards on one down. Just hook the ball, get 5, 10 yards, and luckily Noah made something happen after the catch.
Second down and 11 now from the 44. Empty backfield, and Shoemaker's pass is knocked down and almost picked off. And that time Nico Cooper had his hands in the right spot. The Nebraska transfer and redshirt junior was reading the eyes of Shoemaker the whole way.
Yeah, Nico Cooper, great athletic ability, gets his hands up. They are taught when you rush the quarterback and he's getting ready to pass it, get your hands up in the air, bat it down like you're a volleyball player.
Third down and 11. Hilltoppers showing blitz.
They're dropping out.
They drop off. Shoemaker in trouble, trying to run, looking for a seam, and he is short of the first down. They'll mark him at the 48-yard line. And that is going to bring up a 4th down and about 4, maybe 3.5.
Yeah, you got to punt that ball. I mean, he's smarter to be in that situation. They don't want to put him in that situation.
We are at the end of 3 quarters. We've got a tight one here in Conference USA. Sam Houston with the ball on top of Western Kentucky by 2. Sam Houston ball starting the 4th quarter. They lead Western Kentucky 23-21. It's a 4th down and 3, and the Bearcats offense is on the field.
I cannot believe this right here. I think they're going to fake this. There's no way I would do that. No way. Because they have all the momentum. Coaches know better than that.
John Gentry is in the backfield. Perhaps, well, the Bearcats are going to run the play, and they're going to punt it with their quarterback, Keegan Shoemaker. And they get a terrific bounce. It's inside the 5-yard line and down right inside the goal line.
Yeah, Coach Keeler's a smart cookie. I knew he wasn't going for that. He was going to quick kick it with the quarterback, or he was going to try to get WKU off sides. Excellent play, making that adjustment. You know, when coaches do that, that makes a huge difference. I mean, and they came out second half, and with this 2 high safeties, man underneath, and Reed has not figured it out yet. If he doesn't figure it out, this is going to be a long night, a very long night.
How about that punt by the quarterback with that bounce to get it down to the 1-yard line?
Yeah,
I'm with you. I thought they were just going to take the delay of game if they didn't get him to jump, and then they snapped it and they punted it. Now Reed standing in his end zone, and He's got Elijah Young in the backfield.
See, now the safeties are down low. Now you can throw the football. You can get the football out now.
And they'll run it. And Young gets a little bit of space and gets to the 9-yard line. So an 8-yard gain for Elijah Young on a first down carry. His 10th rushing attempt of the day. He also has 1 catch for 20 yards, the Missouri transfer.
Yeah, isn't it amazing, Jeff? I mean, when you're supposed to run the football, we don't run, and you're supposed to throw the football, and that when the safeties are down low, they're changing it. Oh, this is amazing what Sam Houston State is doing. They're still giving up the running game.
Young again, he's got just enough for a first down. So that'll move the chains, gets it out to the 11-yard line. Needed 1, got 1.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Houston is saying, you know what? We're going to let you catch the ball underneath. We're going to let you run the football, but we will not allow you to get the ball deep on us with those safeties playing that high.
Reed out to Corley, and he is quickly hemmed in. I was just thinking we really had not called Corley's name much in this second half after they were going to him a lot in the first half. And that catch there by Malachi Corley, his 9th of the day. He's right around 100 yards. On that play, they get nothing, though. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're going to have to do what Sam Houston State is doing. You got to hook over the football. You cannot try to go deep. You got 3 safeties high. Look at the levels. 3 levels, 3, 3, 3. No way.
They empty it out. They go to Craig Burt Jr. on a screen. And he takes it to the 17-yard line.
Man, this is, you know what this reminds me of? This is kind of the new wave of what coaches are doing now. They playing 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and 3 safeties, like on the same level, a 3-3 stack. They're doing something that's really unorthodox that people normally don't do, but that's how you really stop the passing game. You can really stop the passing game when you rush 3 and you got that many people back.
Reed is going to run it right up the middle and tumbles his way for a first down. I was going to ask, how do you beat that? You beat it by running the ball. They did that even out of an empty backfield.
Yes, you have to run the football because if they don't give it to you, you got to take what they give you. You need to put another running back in the backfield because those balls right there, it's tough. You can get it or get it out quick because they're not giving it up.
This pass out to K.D. Hutchinson. 12.5 to go in the game. Hilltoppers slowly and surely moving it down the field here as they trail by 2. A win gets them bowl eligible, but against this Sam Houston team, first year at the FBS level, Bearcats trying to win their 3rd in a row. This one is going down to the wire here in Bowling Green. Now we've got a 2nd down and 7 from the 25.
Now the safety's up. Now you can get the ball up.
Reed's throwing deep. He's got Corley across midfield. Down the sideline. Malachi Corley to the end zone for a touchdown. 75 yards to Malachi Corley.
Yeah, Malachi for surely Corley. We call him Malachi because he's the prophet. The ball gets in his hands and he makes things happen. But the problem is if you keep running the football, the mistake that Sam Houston, they went away from what they did. They went away from the 3 high safeties, brought the safeties down, and Reed took advantage of that on that hook and go with Malachi.
27 to 23, Hilltoppers. They've got the lead back. Now going for the point after. This is Lucas Carnero to make it a 5-point game, and he does.
Malachi making things happen. You can slow him down, but you can't contain him. Eventually, he gonna get his. He catches the ball with those big legs, get down the field. Oh my goodness, mama, there goes that man.
Western Kentucky is back on top of Sam Houston, 28 to 23 after a 75-yard touchdown pass from Austin Reed to Malachi Corley. Terry, what changed here for the Bearcats defense?
Yeah, I was confused on what changed on that. They went from the 3 high safeties where they were shutting WKU down, and they went one-on-one against Malachi Corley. What a mistake. They brought a blitz from the safety, and there was no help. Oh, my goodness. things happen. Things change very quickly.
Now it's gut check time for Sam Houston. They'll return this out to the 16-yard line and take a hit in the process. That was Malik Phillips taking a shot. And now this Sam Houston team, we use the word resilient to talk about them, Terry, and K.C. Keeler talked about how tough they are, and they've shown their toughness with the way they performed today. This is a big drive here for Sam Houston.
Big drive. We call that word Uncle Mo. Uncle Mo is on WKU's side after that play, even coming down on special teams. But I think with Sam Houston, if they just stick what they usually do, get it to their playmaker, Noah, get it back to Noah's hands, Noah Smith, and be consistent. They'll be okay.
That is 6 in Whitey's in the left slot. Shoemaker back to throw, looking for Noah Smith, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by the Hilltoppers. Anthony Johnson Jr. on the first play of the possession picks it off. Shoemaker gets picked for the first time today, and the Hilltoppers get the ball right back.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about Uncle Mo, how that changes really quick. You make a play or make a mistake and then just get the other team right back in the game. You see WKU on the sideline jumping around. What a great disguise. Come on, Shoemaker, don't make that throw in that situation. At too high safety, double coverage, you cannot do that.
Wow, big play right there. Western Kentucky, remember we said it earlier, they did not force a turnover last week in their loss to New Mexico State. Both teams have had issues with it today, mostly the Hilltoppers coughing it up. This time they take it away. And now Austin Reed will start with his team at their 36 of the opposition.
Okay, they have changed what they do. They're starting to run the football. That's really, you have to do that to keep them honest.
Davion Irvin Poindexter, the ball carrier there, one of the seniors for this Western Kentucky on its senior day. A Hilltoppers team that has rushed the ball 25 times today for just 68 yards. Still a lot of time left in this ball game, over 11 minutes. One possession game.
Yeah, and right now Sam Houston is really putting them, now you got to still run the football. They're not giving up the passing game unless you just throw hooks over the balls or something.
Elijah Young, he gets wrapped up in the backfield. That was Matthew Aribasala on the stop for Sam Houston. This is a Bearcats team that took the ball away 4 times last week in their victory against Louisiana Tech. They've forced Austin Reed into some turnovers today. Bearcats now on a 3rd down and 9 looking for a stop, and Reed will go out of the shotgun again.
Yeah, Reed finally got him out of their coverage, but now they went back to it, so it's still really hard to throw unless you hook over the football. They really force you just to run the football still.
Reed gives to Young, and Young is taken down. That was Seth Mason on the stop. And so now it's 4th down. You're at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, this is a tough spot to be in, but I think, but seeing Coach Helton, he's a gambler on that, right? And he knows that this game is about possessions. He gave away 5 already. So you got to go for it. I mean, if you want to win this game, you want to put it in your own hands. He took away 5. All they have to do is just try to get a hook over the football. And Sam Houston State is going again with 1 high safety, and I don't understand that in this situation. Let's see what's going to happen.
Play clock is down to 3. They will snap it. Reed backing up over the middle. It's incomplete. Reed got knocked down in the process. That was Chris Murray on the pursuit for Sam Houston, and the Bearcats come up with a big stop.
Yeah, big stop blitz, but you know, they took a chance, and they figured out they're going to bring some pressure on the quarterback.
9.5 to go. 5-point game. Sam Houston ball on the road when we come back. Sam Houston football down by a score of 28-23 here on the road at Western Kentucky. Their head coach K.C. Keeler looking on as they try to pull off a road upset here, looking for their 3rd win in a row. Their defense gets a big stop. It is 1st down and 10 from their own 31-yard line as Keegan Shoemaker comes back out. He's got Noah Smith in the slot. on the right side, his leading target, who now comes in motion. And they're going to run it right up the middle with John Gentry. And Gentry, still on his feet, now gets taken down. They'll give him forward progress to about the 35-yard line. So call it a 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6 now coming up for the Bearcats.
Yeah, very impressive with the Sam Houston State by being resilient. I mean, they could have gave up on that play after the interception. They stayed in the game. Both of these teams are fighting for their lives right now.
Sherrard in motion. Shoemaker. Quick throw along the sideline, and good yardage there for Malik Phillips. And he will get just enough for the first down. He stepped out at the 43, and that'll move the chains here for Sam Houston on that screen.
Yeah, great design play. I mean, outside, they had Noah Smith. He can do a lot of different things. That was a great block on the perimeter.
Fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Shoemaker rolls it out, finds the tight end Sherrard, who gets away from one defender and gets it across midfield and out toward the 40-yard line of Western Kentucky. Jax Sherrard.
Jack Sherrard, what a great, excellent call. Fake by is called tight end waggle, kind of delay out and wide open. What a great play. When you got a defense that aggressive and you can sneak the tight end out on the right side, he can make a lot of things happen.
Sherrard, as you see, was a little slow to get up, now getting some attention on the sideline after a 15-yard gain. Both teams without their lead tight end today. Shoemaker going to keep it after the fake to Gentry, and he slides near the 35-yard line. They'll mark him at the 36.5-yard line. So 6-yard gain for Keegan Shoemaker. He's run it 9 times now today.
Yeah, he's trying to line up quick too, though. But what a great play. He saw the defensive line outside contained. He tried to get outside of him.
Now he fires toward the sideline, and that pass is complete at the 26-yard line. There's Noah Smith again, his 10th catch of the day. He's over 100 yards. He's done that now in consecutive weeks after he had 115 yards receiving last week in their win at Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, Noah Smith is having a day tonight. I mean, what make plays? I mean, we talked about them both, Malachi Corley and Noah Smith. I mean, these guys are living up to all the hype.
This is Gentry trying to get to the outside, and it is cut off. Kylan Guidry was there for the Hilltoppers. So not much there as we are inside of 7 minutes now.
Yeah, Guidry came out and had a lot of support out there. Made a really good play. Took on the offensive tackle, being a small guy, and made something happen on that. I thought they had a big play out there with Beal, but Beal somehow missed the block, and then that's how the play was made.
Shoemaker goes right up the middle after a fake to Murdaugh. Gets to the 21-yard line, so 5-yard gain, and now 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Bearcats. You're down by 5, so it's 2-down territory. You're approaching the 6-minute mark. They're going to keep Murdaugh in the backfield. Smith in the slot on the right for Shoemaker.
Yeah, this is a big down right. This is a big play. I don't know if they're going to snap this ball. I think they would try for the field goal. Keeler's trying to see if he can get the guys to get off sides.
3rd and 4.
Sorry about that, 3rd down.
And now they are going to use a timeout, though. And that's the first timeout taken by either team here in the second half.
Sam Houston State, their first of the half. This will be extended into a full media timeout.
So we've got a timeout on the field with 5:42 to go here in the 4th quarter. A big 3rd down for K.C. Keeler and the Bearcats when we come back to Bowling Green. Back with you here at Western Kentucky. A big 3rd down and 4 for the Sam Houston Bearcats. Keegan Shoemaker, their quarterback, in the shotgun. They trail by 5. Tight end Jewett in motion. Shoemaker will roll it out, and he tries to connect with Noah Smith, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, what a great design play. You know what, Jeff? I got ahead of myself. I thought they were already ahead, but what a great design play, but great defense by WKU on that. And now it's interesting to see what coach is going to do on 4th down.
Smith's coming off the field hobbling a little bit, so on arguably the biggest play of the game right now, they don't have Noah Smith in. He's going to the bench. 4th down and 4. Empty backfield here for Shoemaker.
And you got your best player out.
Gentry comes to the backfield. Shoemaker rolling out. He's got an open target. The catch is made, and it's a 1st down for the Bearcats. He connects with Simeon Evans, the redshirt sophomore, with a massive catch to move the chains for the Bearcats.
Yeah, massive play. They're doing a good job with this sprint right, sprint left. And Shoemaker's best when he going to his right, even with a blitz. Great play, great hauling in, going for it on 4th down. That makes it different. And Coach Keeler knows that now it's at the end of the game. It's about now both they playing this possession game now.
5 minutes to go. Murdaugh right behind Shoemaker. Now they'll flip it out to Murdaugh. Makes a cut. He fumbled the ball. It's loose and picked up by the Hilltoppers. Western Kentucky recovers the fumble. It was Anthony Johnson who picked it up. And the Bearcats cough it up, and the Hilltoppers are on it.
Anthony Johnson again has been making plays all night and opportunistic. I mean, he is making some things happen. He had the interception in this situation, the turnover, their first turnover for the night. Correct, Jeff?
They turn it over for just the second time out of 5, compared to 5 for the Hilltoppers. So we've got a timeout. Man, Murdaugh was trying to make something happen on that running back screen. He coughed it up. There's the hit provided by McCray. Johnson pouncing on it. Western Kentucky ball. We've had a wild game here on the Hill in Bowling Green. Western Kentucky getting a takeaway after the Sam Houston fumble. Hilltoppers ball now. They lead by 5 with under 5 minutes to go. Now Western Kentucky going to try to run some time off and go to the running game a little bit as they call on the name of Marquise Stepp. Man, there have been 2 or 3 times, Terry, in this second half where it felt like you knew the direction the game was going in and then a U-turn. This has been a wild second half.
Yeah, it's just like that prize fight. I mean, the heavyweight fighters, I mean, you give your best punch, but no one is really giving up. I mean, this is a really good game. Even when momentum changes, they never stop fighting. Both teams have a lot to fight for in this particular game.
Western Kentucky with a win would become bowl eligible. Austin Reed, that pass is incomplete. That will stop the clock. That becomes big. A couple of players go down around the 20-yard line. They get up and the officials jump in to do a little separating. That pass was intended for Elijah Young. This is a big 3rd down now. And remember, Sam Houston on that 3rd down on the last possession used a timeout. So they've got only 2 left. You're thinking about the clock if you're the Bearcats and trying to get the ball back. 3rd down and 6 after an incomplete pass.
Yeah, this down is really important. I mean, if you move the chains, this changes the game. So really good, tough situation right here to see what's going to happen.
Corley went in motion. Reed back to throw. That pass is complete. It's right around the line to gain. They're marking it. This is going to be very close.
I think they're marking it in a 1st down.
Very close. And they are going to move the chains. They look back, they double-checked where they were, and it just got past the 26-yard line by a hair after the completion to Craig Burt Jr. That is a massive 1st down. You saw Casey Keeler there trying to talk about it, and maybe they're stopping for a moment. I think Sam Houston wants to question the spot of the ball.
Absolutely. They're probably trying to review it.
The 1st downs. That play is under further review.
Yeah, they're going to review this, and it's a good idea if you're Casey Keeler. Not nothing to lose. You've got something to lose here, but such a big spot and such a game-changing call if this does go in your favor that it felt like a no-brainer for him, I would imagine. especially you think of where coaches are standing, Terry, sometimes they're looking right at the same thing the officials are. They get a good look at it.
And you have to take that call. You have to take that chance. It depends on forward momentum. The original catch, it seemed like he was there. I wonder if they're going to say with that forward momentum that he had the first down. The initial catch, he seemed like he had the first down, but they pushed him back a little bit.
So the play under review, it was called on the field enough for a first down as Craig Burt made that catch. So as of now, it's a 1st and 10, but the Bearcats wanting a review. So there, he caught it
originally,
right there,
yes.
right almost on top of the 25, maybe the 25 and a half. They ended up marking it at the 26. So again, I mean, this is very close. Good work here by our crew to show you this in slow motion and to freeze frame it. I mean, you see right there he's got possession.
Very
and
close.
He never gets back that far. So forward progress is right where he had it, even though the pile tries to keep moving. Man, this is a massive call and a really close call.
Really close situation. And if you're half a yard, I mean, like inches away, I mean, what do you do? What do you do in this situation? I mean,
it'll be a very interesting decision for Western Kentucky if this gets reversed. There's K.C. Keeler talking with one of the officials. You got 3:40 to go in the game. Sam Houston's trying to get the ball back after that devastating fumble by Murdaugh.
I mean, this is so crucial in the game right now. I mean, possessions is so important in this situation now.
This is a great angle. So, okay. So
after review,
he's there.
The ruling on the field of a first down stands.
The call stands. We're just hearing it as you see the replay. Man, that you talk about game of inches. That was very close, though.
Yeah, possessions are so important. I mean, with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, you can run a lot of the clock off too.
So it is first down, Western Kentucky. After the review, the call on the field stands. The forward progress gave Burt Jr. the first down. 6-yard pickup, and they needed every hair of that to get the change to move. Now Austin Reed handing it off to Elijah Young, trying to stay in bounds from his perspective. He goes down. The ball came out. I beg your pardon. The ball didn't come out. There was a little bit of a skirmish going on with a couple of other players. I thought for a minute they were trying to pounce on a football down there, and the officials have had to do this a few times where they're separating some guys.
And it's really interesting how the clock is stopped. I wonder what happened.
That's why.
Second of the half.
Okay.
So be a 30-second timeout.
So a timeout
Clock
taken
operator,
here by the Bearcats.
Please reset the game clock to 3 minutes.
They're going to have just
23 seconds.
left, and they're going to add
3, 2, 3 on the game clock.
Back on from 3:20 back to 3:23. So here's Young trying to get out. He got wrestled down there by Iman Allen. And there was the quote-unquote loose ball for a second. Allen was trying to rip it out even though the runner was already down. So timeout, Sam Houston. The clock becomes huge here. The Bearcats only have one timeout remaining with 3.5 minutes to go, and it's 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, one more first down, I mean, the game is over. And Coach Keeler knows that these possessions are really important, and also Coach Helton is pacing the sideline too. So they got to be really careful in what they do. They can't be so conservative that they don't get at least on 2nd down. They got to get half the yardage now.
Young in the backfield with Reed. And they'll go to Young. He's taken down. And Sam Houston will use its final timeout. So they got it to the 30 with a 2-yard gain.
And no time ran off the clock, looked like it. I mean,
well, they'd added just a few seconds back on. So, yeah, a 3-second difference is all it amounted to. You take your last time out.
Be a 30-second timeout.
And, again, from a Bearcats perspective, this is a very big play for their defense to give the offense a chance. And Western Kentucky in this ball game. 29 rushes for 81 yards. They're only averaging 2.8 yards per rush in this game. They've got 392 yards in the air. So potential running situation for a team that's not really known for running the football. There's also the argument of go with what you do well in the biggest spots, and Reed could have a lot of options if he wants to throw it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to give him a chance, right? I mean, I would think, if you get a first down, the game is basically would be over.
Yes.
If you can get one first down, and it's at 3rd and 6. So this is very important and vital. And then if you don't get it, you can still punt the football. But Sam Houston State has no timeouts left either. So this is really crucial of what's going to take it. But if you run the football, you can run the time down a lot also.
And you'd figure if you run it here, Sam Houston eventually gets the ball with about 2.5 minutes left. If you throw it, you've got a lot of options here. And Reed is 28 of 41 in the game. He has been picked off 4 times. Here we go, 3rd down and 6 with 3:20 to go in a 1-possession game. And the play clock at 0. Is this a delay of game, or did the Hilltoppers get a timeout?
Prior to the play clock expiring, timeout, Western Kentucky.
So they got the timeout in time. Oh, man.
This is a nail-biter here.
My goodness.
Oh, my goodness. There's so much going on back and forth, so much drama.
The play clock had gotten down very close to 0, so the Hilltoppers will take their first timeout of the half for what both sides know is the game right now, hanging the balance on 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, you better believe that, Jeff. Because, it's a difference of 6 yards right now, and it's a game of possession. Coach Healy knows he needs the ball back. You got to get the ball because they're going to run the foot. They're going to try to run the clock down, but that 6 yards is very important. But if they run the football, WKU run the football, you're right, they can get it to 2, but that's still a lot of time on the clock left.
If the Hilltoppers go with a man in the backfield next to Reed again, and they're not going empty, if you're Sam Houston, are you putting 3 down, are you putting 4 down, are you blitzing? How are you approaching this defensively here if you're the Bearcats?
Right now, they're not blitzing now because now there's no man-to-man. So they're just going to rush. They're rushing 3 and outside blitz from the outside.
Reed back to throw, and he's taken down. Austin Reed goes down. Isaiah Downs, they call him Big Play Zay. He had an interception in the first half, and he sacks Reed to keep Sam Houston alive.
Whoa, this is a game tonight. He got to know that the clock is ticking. He had too much time back there. You got to run or get the ball out of your hand. You can't afford to take a sack in that situation because that sack could have been a fumble.
Iman Allen back to field the punt. Munson gets it away. Allen up to get it. And they're already near midfield. And Allen trying to break one. He crosses the field to the 35-yard line. He's down at the 33. And this game is miles away from being over.
Woo, this is some exciting times right now. This game is Sam Houston State is fighting back the entire time. This is when you need your punter. Right now, a line drive punt. There was nobody out there. He made a miss. The first guy missed, and he almost took it to the house.
It was the punter, Munson, who tripped him up at the very end. So from the 33 of the Hilltoppers with no timeouts and 2.5 minutes to go in the game, Sam Houston has a chance to win this game on the road. First year at the FBS level. Looking for their 3rd straight win, trying to keep the Hilltoppers from bowl game eligibility. And Keegan Shoemaker is in the shotgun to start the drive.
Yeah, with no timeouts left.
Hands it off to Gentry. Gentry gets a few to the 31-yard line. Clock's going to run. Again, no timeouts for the Bearcats. But with this great field position, they don't have to come out firing right away.
And, they haven't tried a double move yet, and I think it's getting ready to happen. That's why they were trying to set him up with the run.
Noah Smith in the slot on the left. Shoemaker throws that way, and that pass got batted up in the air, and it was grabbed by a Bearcat. The clock's going to keep running. Yeah, the offensive lineman grabbed that batted ball. That was Markendrick Beal with a heads-up play after the pass by Shoemaker, which was trying to go to Smith, got knocked in the air.
Yeah.
1:35 to go in the game. It's 3rd down and 6 as Shoemaker is back to throw to the right side, and it's incomplete.
Wow. Hey, you know what? WKU got lucky on that one. I mean, I'm surprised they not reviewing it. He seemed like he led with his head on that. What a shot on the slide, on the side right there. It'd be interesting to see what happened. That was really, really close.
Alvonte Woodard had one-on-one coverage until there, as Kendrick Simpkins came in and put the hit on him, and it was Rome Weber on the coverage of Alvonte Woodard.
And Shoemaker looked like he got hit too. But that play right there, I think WKU dodged a bullet on that one, because Kendrick Simpson looked like he led with the helmet on that one.
And now it's 4th down. With 1:24 to go, Woodard sitting up now.
Yeah, he took a hit right to the chest.
And thankfully Woodard is able to get up and walk off the field under his own power. There are the officials talking about the hit. So it's 4th down and 6.
Yeah, but Jeff, this game is not over.
Man,
I mean, this is so much going on. The field position and 4th and 6 is not really. This is now. I mean, the game is still not over, because they've been doing a great job with that sprint rollout to the right side. That's where Shoemaker is, where his strength is at. And I wonder if they're going to continue to do that.
Remember when we talked about how resilient Sam Houston is? I mean, how many times in the second half has it looked like Western Kentucky was about to run away, and this Bearcats team will just not go away? There again is the look at the hit on Woodard.
Yeah, especially in these days in football now, very sensitive to those kind of blows. And I think that was a 50-50. That could have went either way.
4th down. Noah Smith is not in the game right now for the Bearcats.
Now they're up to their proud defense. They're standing up, trying to cause some confusion. WKU, they're going to bring the kitchen sink right here.
Shoemaker back to throw. Fires to the left. The pass is caught. Simeon Evans makes the catch around the 10-yard line. The clock will stop for a moment because it's a 1st down. Bearcats out of timeouts.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, you talking about it? It's never over. This is a nail biter.
2nd catch of the game for Evans. Remember, Noah Smith earlier looked like he was dealing with a lower leg issue of some kind. He's now coming out toward the field, but he was not in the game on that last play. A guy with 10 catches and 115 yards and a touchdown, not in there, perhaps banged up. And it's Evans, the redshirt sophomore, making a phenomenal catch on a throw by Shoemaker. Look at this.
Yeah, Evans, you know what saved the day? Went up high to go get the ball. I mean, what great hands. I mean, 4th down and just tenacious, making things happen. Want to continue to play. Sam Houston on the sideline, excited. And when that momentum is going back and forth, so you never know in this game tonight. It's going both ways, Jeff.
So with 1:13 to go, fresh set of downs without any timeouts, and the ball at the 10. There's Evans after the great catch. And again, Noah Smith not in there. So clearly what was bothering him earlier seems to be an issue. He's standing on the sideline with his helmet on, but he's not been in there on these plays.
Yeah, and there have been Sam Houston State is doing a great job of sprinting. Shoemaker's best when he sprint to his right side.
Gentry in the backfield. Plenty of time on the play clock. Shoemaker looking back to the sideline. From the 10, down 5. 4th quarter. Gentry inside the 10. And they'll mark him at the 8-yard line, so a pickup of 2. The clock will run as we near 1 minute. 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, time is not a problem right now. I mean, because they got a lot of time to try to get the ball in the end zone.
Shoemaker back to throw. to the end zone and overshoots Alvonte Woodard. 3rd down and goal from the 8 now.
Yeah, but a great job by Shoemaker, though. I mean, if it's nothing there, don't force it. Get the ball in up in the air, and if you can't, you don't want to continue to run in time out. Throw the ball at the back of the end zone.
3rd down and 8. 48 seconds to go. Shoemaker again, looks at the sideline. The play clock is now under 5. Keegan Shoemaker looking, fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. And he had a chance to get to Malik Phillips, and they could not connect, and here comes the ball game.
Yes, I mean, he missed that. If he would have planted his foot, stepped up, he had him wide open. If Shoemaker would have just stepped up in the pocket and took his time, that would have been a touchdown if he would have hit him in the chest.
Hilltoppers 28, Bearcats 23. 43 seconds left, 4th and goal from the 8-yard line.
Yes, all or nothing right now.
Shoemaker rolling out. He fires, and it's intercepted. The Hilltoppers pick him off in the end zone, and Western Kentucky is headed toward bowl eligibility. Under a minute to go, they pick off Keegan Shoemaker. Desmond Baker on the interception, and Western Kentucky will prevail by a very thin margin on their senior day.
Very thin margin. You know what? Baker, the playmaker. What a coming opportunistic time. They dropped a safety. They put 3 safeties back there. Shoemaker didn't see him come across, picked by Baker, the playmaker.
Wow. This game with all kinds of twists and turns. It will end with 8 turnovers, and every time you thought you had something figured out, it changed on a dime. Hilltoppers take a knee. They don't need to run another play, and Western Kentucky is now bowl eligible with that win. Their 6th victory of the year. It is the 5th time in 5 years under Tyson Helton that they are bowl eligible, and they got all they could handle from the Bearcats.
Yes, the Bearcats, like we talked about earlier, they fight to the end. Their record doesn't really show the effort and the kind of talent they have. It's the last second, last time. What a fight. Both teams were so resilient, they didn't want to give up anything. They played the entire game, Jeff. I mean, what an exciting game to be around tonight to even call. We don't even know what's going to happen from the second to the second. They change the momentum, then it comes back. What a great game tonight.
Western Kentucky wins it. They pick up their 6th win. They're 4-3 now in Conference USA. There's Keegan Shoemaker with a pick on 4th and goal, which basically ended the ball game. The Bearcats now 2-9 overall and 1-6 in Conference USA. What a finish, what a game here on the Hill as Western Kentucky holds on. And that's going to do it for our broadcast today. For Terry Obie and our entire ESPN Plus crew, Jeff M. signing off from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Again, the final, Western Kentucky 28, Sam Houston 23. Thank you so much for joining us, and goodbye from the Bluegrass State. This has been a presentation of Conference USA football on ESPN Plus.